and snow. Maps are burned, but we don't slow. We fight for tales untold. Bound forevermore. Boots hit the ground like war. Shields clash, we beg for more. Hearts like thunder, breath like flame. Call our names, ignite the lore. We're bound forevermore. We're bound forever. No crown, no guide, no peace. Just storm winds off the east. Dragons sleep beneath our feet. We sing through shattered teeth. Bound forevermore. Scars are the map we wore. March till we find the core. Eyes like fire, fists like stone. No way back, no second door. We're bound forevermore. Forevermore. One step, all in. One spark, begin. No gods, just kin. This war we win. Final double down. Bound forevermore. This is the song, the roar. Legends carved into the floor. Voice to echo, blade to ring. We're the myth they waited for. We're bound forevermore. We're bound forevermore. locked up for a reason. But the world ran out of heroes. So now, you roll with what you got. Kicking down doors with a holy grin. Silver tongues and a dozen sins. Wrong side of justice, right side of fate. No time to ask, we're already late. We ain't your chosen, we ain't your knight, but we shine damn bright when the world ignites. And we roll for trouble, we play to win. Out of the cells and into the spin. We're taking chances, bending fate. The last bad call on heaven's slate. Roll for trouble, that's our cue. You want a miracle? We'll do. Hey. Knight lost his banner, but swings just fine. Rogue's got charm and a five-step crime. Druids growling and warlocks curse. Clerics smiling, which is the worst. Call us mad, call us last. But we hit back hard and we hit back fast. We roll for trouble, we play to win. Out of the cells and into the spin. We're taking chances, bending fate. The last bad call on heaven's slate. Roll for trouble, that's our cue. You want a miracle? We'll do. Hey, hey. When the odds look bad, we raise the stakes. When the gods say no, we're the brakes. When the plan goes south, we smile wide. 'Cause no one rides like the ones denied. We roll for trouble, we play to win. Out of the cells and into the spin. We're taking chances, bending fate. The last bad call on heaven's slate. Roll for trouble, that's our cue. You want a miracle? We'll do. Hey. Dungeon born, maybe one or two, but fate don't ask where it found you. Roll for trouble.
Hello. Welcome everybody to Stronghold D&D. Thanks for giving us your time on this Wednesday. We're happy to have you guys all here. Today is going to be a nice, chill, steady session where we're gonna play this kind of like at a home table. We're kind of cruising around, keeping it even keel. Let's see. We're doing our Eva Ruin campaign. We've got our, speaking of campaigns, for charity, we've got our 988 charity up. Just want to remind everybody who didn't already know, this is Suicide Prevention Month in September. And we support 988, which is available both in the United States and Canada. Now in Canada for mental health awareness and suicide awareness. It's one of those things where you can use to call if you're having a really dark day. And they'll get you in touch with some specialized counseling, which is really awesome. They've got some pretty cool experts there. I know some, firsthand folks that are just like, hey, this stuff was really valuable. It's non-retributional, which is awesome. So yeah, if you are feeling kind of blue or whatever, give them a shout and they'll get you in touch with some experts.
Let me add to that. So today is actually, I know this is the month, but today is actually World Suicide Prevention Day.
Oh.
And I know that up here in Canada, we had a bunch of communities in the area host ceremonies and things like that. And here in Canada, at 8 p.m. tonight, everybody was putting candles in their front window to sort of recognize the day. So yeah. We did a news segment on it at work, and I was like, hey, I got to remember when Tim talks about 988 tonight. Yeah, today is like World Suicide Prevention Day. So, anyways, just to acknowledge that, tip of the hat, and yeah, didn't mean to sidetrack.
That's the best kind of track. You know what I mean? That's main track. That's main tracking right there. That's
okay. Main track.
Yeah. Well, that's what we're all here for, anyways. We're playing Dungeons and Dragons. We're hanging out with some friends, people in chat, and stuff like that as well. We come together as a community. You know what I mean? Like hang out and find some fellowship. That's literally what this is all about. So that's awesome. We'll go around real quick. To everybody, what character, who you're playing, and what character you are, just to kind of get our voices working. We'll start with Sir Cervantes slash. Well, I don't want to steal yours. Yeah.
Already did it. Already did it.
Yeah.
Hey everybody, I'm Skylar, playing Sir Cervantes, and I just got a little level of paladin, so fighter paladin, and yeah, if you like any of the music that you hear today, aside from the background music right now, check me out at suno.ai /@Bullwax. I'll put a link in there, but I do everything on AI for the channel, and it's fun. And if you like it, you want to go listen to it, that's where you can find it.
Nice. Over to Coco.
Hi, everybody. I'm Coco Bunny 94, and I am playing Phailani, Warrior of the Wood Elves. Super excited. Happy to be back.
Alrighty, let's see. Over to Chad.
Hey everyone, Chad here, Vamp Wickman. I'm playing Silas Trizal, a tiefling, cleric of Timora, sticking with cleric for now. I'm gonna veer off that in a couple of levels and take something a little more glittery and shiny. I'm sure you can guess what that is. My dreams haunt me, and I think it's gonna be a great family union, Tim.
Okay. Oh yeah. You guys had some dreams. Ignatius slash Iggy.
Slash Iggy. It's Jeremy here, Old Men Rolling Dice on Instagram. I play Ignatius. Ignatius is a little bit rogue, a little bit warlock, and trying to be as unpredictable as possible so Tim can't possibly know where I'm going with this character.
Yeah. It was just great.
In truth, I probably don't know where I'm going with this character, but enjoying the game all the same.
Heavy tracks trying to build. What I was saying maybe before you got on was I'm laying some heavy tracks to try to build the front end of Eve of Ruin, right? So like I have to map out some things. So today's session is the train stops. You guys can offload and Fandolin for a little while and relax being level 5. Let's see. Before we go on a little bit too far, a couple more plugs. We got Troll Lord Games, Castles and Crusades, brought to you by Castle Keeper, DM Jeremy. Tomorrow night, we picked that one back up, and again next week before we take a little break. Same with this Eve of Ruin thing, and then Sundays we're back with Pete and Saltmarsh. Are we on Saltmarsh? Yeah. But yeah. So I like to do here's my thing. I like to do the intro recap because it helps me remember as well. And plus it's Wednesday and I'm the DM and I know you guys are all stuck in traffic, pissed off, can't breathe, got hemorrhoids from whatever. So I'll get you, you know what I mean, on the way. So what had
Why did he look at me when he said hemorrhoids? What was that
about? So this campaign took place with a disturbance to the north in Neverwinter, with a flash snap frosting of something mysterious kind of occurring with shadows and storms kind of brewing. Your party was sent on a quest from a goblin named Droop Droop, who is a dentist from a previous campaign, who busted you guys out of jail one way or the other because you guys were like our inglorious bastards, and said, hey, I got a buddy named Kara. She's up in Fandolin. I need you to go check on her. The world's going to shit right now, and I need you guys to get up there. And of course, you guys, as great party members, were like, yeehaw, let's go. You guys hopped on a wagon train. You went through the Mare of Dead Men. You ran into a cast of characters on a wagon train. Some of you guys can remember that. Some of you guys can't. You guys made it to Fandolin, where you guys were off on our version of a Fandolin. Because we've run like 3 different Fandolins, we decided to do our own homebrew Fandolin based on how Fandolin has changed over 2 or 3 campaigns. So you arrived there, you did some side quest stuff, You went into the Neverwinter Forest, and then you went into the Shrine of Savarus. You guys have been getting dreams. You've learned about secrets and shadows and cultists and things like that. You arrive back to Phandalin with some information, and it seems to be overrun by the shadow. This giant lurching cloud of shadow that's like overtaking the world is a reached Phandalin. You were able to destroy its source that was located at a tower, and you were able to aptly push the shadow back. In those times, up to level 5, you guys have been approached by various factions, and you guys have realized that by this point that you're one way or another a champion of the world, like the current Avengers, either by a patron reaching out to you or some sort of deity in the realm. At the closing of last session, you guys went to this wizard's tower in the Sword Mountains. It was surrounded by an old vineyard that was owned by like a level 1 paladin that died in the town named Sildar. When you arrived there, the it's like covered in snow, this weird cold shadowy stuff. And you went in there and you broke into the small tower. You found your way to a banshee that has a backstory, and you reached the shadow dragon. It booped Coco again. I'm sorry, that's like the third boop, but we're trying to practice 2024 edition. You guys finished that, and like a literal fae appeared to some of you guys at the very end. And a lot of you guys got a lot of cool omens, I will say, at the very that you guys were like on the path of righteousness. Then you searched the tower a little bit, and I believe you guys long rested in the tower, right? Like you guys snuggled up to the fireplace there. You rekindled the tower. You guys all received from me, like maybe 24 hours ago or so, a dream, right? In these dreams, if you notice, they're basically the same. You're just getting more parts to the dream. If you're watching it, you're getting more pieces of the dream, and these you'll understand them as you get a little bit closer. Some closer than others. But you all just wake up from your long rest, and you had these dreams, and some things occurred the very next day, right? We're at the point where you're all outside, saddlebags being placed on horses, where Pierre Pedro has your horse, Cervantes, found an old brush, brushed off the horse. I don't know if you all had rides or not. If you did, you know what I mean? Boop, they just plop on the map or whatever. If not, it is not that much of a trek to get down these mountains. The Sword Mountains, and the way I see them, they're not your jagged escarpments and slate stones busting everywhere when you head back to Phandalin. On the southern slopes, they're a little bit more jagged. Just in my mind. So on the slopes that go to the north back to Phandalin, pretty easy declination. In the way that I would describe things, there was like a flash like snowstorm, a blizzard that occurred when this front came through. Reading messages. Oh, you pinned it. Okay. I didn't know if you were like, Tim, your audio's off.
Sorry, I didn't mean to distract you when I pinned it. I didn't know it would give you a message.
That's totally fine. So when snow melts real fast and you can see like grass poking through it, like that's what you guys see down this thing. There's still green trees. It's literally the August of Faerun. I stick to normal months in my Faerun, and 12 o'clock is 12 o'clock. Yeah, so like there's it's in it, the heat is starting to come in. Whoever that fey creature was of summer or whatever blessed this area, and it is starting to feel real warm. So I'll hand it over to you guys as it's morning, and Pier Pedro is there kind of waiting. There's nobody else, what I'll say, it's just Pierre Pedro. Other folks have came up with you, at least another person, but like it's just Pierre Pedro. But Sir Cervantes, I'll pass it to you and we'll kind of go around the horn that way. For opening, this is what I want to do. We'll go Cervantes, Felani, Silith, Ignatius. Then we'll kind of, you know what I mean. We'll roll through it from there.
I'm going to, as we're all heading outside, I'm going to try to figure out a way to bar the door, secure the door, or sorry, just re-secure the door in a way that nobody else can get in. Hopefully preventing another dragon from taking over this tower.
Yeah. You leave and there's all sorts of markings and it's pretty trashed in there. And there's very clearly some sort of ritual that occurred. As you guys go down to the basement, there is still like almost like a summoning circle. There's, blood on the walls and things like that and various symbols and things like that. And it's trashed on the first floor. The second floor was not trashed, all because there was a friggin' Banshee probably up there, you know what I mean, for one reason or another. And then the Shadow Dragon was on the third. So, but you get the sense that there were definitely humanoids on the first floor. But if you want to go grab a piece of wood and just start banging, Pier Pedro, he gets involved as well.
Yeah, so that's what I'm gonna do. I'll just let everybody know. Like, I don't know what's gonna come of this tower, but we should at least leave this better.
And Ignatius, if you want to jump in, go for it, and then we'll just continue down the path.
You're boarding up the tower to keep a dragon out?
Anything, just in general. Just
I don't think the boards are going to keep a dragon out, sir.
Yeah. I know that. I'm not.
Here we go.
I'm not that dumb. But
Okay, but you are boarding it up.
Yes, to prevent other humanoids. I don't know who else is going to try to come in here. Let's just at least try to.
I'm going to let you do a little bit more work, and then I'm going to be like, you don't think that they would be able to pull your boards off?
Just let me do my thing.
So he's just banging it. Yeah.
You don't think they have hammers, crowbars?
Yeah. It looks like as
what if they have a fireball spell?
Well then, yeah. Pier Pedro just kind of looks at Cervantes and he just kind of like looks at you and he just starts helping bang hammers. He's just like, just ignore him. You know what I mean? I get it. He just bangs away. But yeah, if you get the sense that this gives off the sign that, stay out, trespassers, but it also can basically keep just the raccoons out.
I didn't say I was going to do a good job at it. I'm just gonna...
Leilani.
Now that she's got her strength back and she is now, feeling a little bit better after dying again, she wants to look around the tower to see if she can find anything or I think she really wants to look at the summoning circle as well. She's really interested in that.
Okay, yeah, so as you look at it, there's like, weird, like lots of salt, around a circle. Your basic upside down star looking stuff with these dark black candles that are, flushed out. You could go ahead and roll whatever you prefer. If you're going to roll nature, you know what I mean? Just tell me how you're going to do nature. You know what I mean? Like, I don't mind using just about any investigatory. You can use religion or whatever. You guys can all work together.
Yeah, let's do nature. 14.
So based on what occurred here, you're looking around and you get the sense that there was not just a recent death, you get the sense that there's signs of a struggle, like older than what has been knocked over. And you get the sense that due to nature, something very unnatural was brought to, you know what I mean, brought to existence from, you know what I mean, like where this summoning occurred. Um, for whatever offering or whatever, you notice that it's very unnatural. A lot of the symbols that are on the walls and stuff like that is, but you do get the sense, based on the nature, that something unnatural was definitely summoned here.
Do the symbols look familiar to me?
Um, you can roll either history. We can't like dive into nature on everything. So like
Right, right,
you can
right.
roll history or
No,
religion and
history,
ask a
history is
friend.
fine.
Yeah, yeah.
12
For what?
for history.
History. Um, you get the sense from like history that throughout Faerun itself, there are, entities that summon abyssal creatures and things like that. And you get, you know what I mean? Like you just from various readings or whatever, you get the sense that some abyssal creature, based on like the chaotic way the symbols are put up, it's more like just like awful, just mean words as opposed to a very lawful and organized fashion. That makes sense. Like you get the sense that
Hmm. Yeah.
it's more of a based on your history in mixing nature. And we'll go to Silith after this, right? She's sitting there, Phaelani's trying to discuss, and she's like, this is not, you know what I mean, like this creature that came from here, it feels more demonic than it does devil. Silith, over to you. And you could be like, I'm not interested in this whatsoever. You could be upstairs still playing with Tal and the longsword.
No, I handed that off to Cervantes.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I was like, here's your knife.
Yeah,
So, Silas is seeing that the stakes are getting higher and higher the more that we are adventuring together, and the cost is also rising. So, Silas is going to try to use some of his, um, spirit of luck, and I'm going to go to where Phaelani fell for the third time, and I'm going to start just marking that with some of the holy symbols to try to maybe, you know, help in a future endeavor. Maybe it was luck that she's back. Maybe it's bad luck why she's fallen a few times, but, you know.
So you want to go to where she fell
Yeah,
and
and
just
just
like
kind of,
get the
you know,
juju out of that area
yeah, just
because you
try
think
to,
that area is bad luck.
yeah,
Okay.
get sort of some negative energy away and try to change that with some good luck.
Make a religion check as you're doing this because you're kind of honing into you're doing your incense. You know what I mean? Like you're
Yes.
doing your Timora priest thing right now. Got it.
Yes.
You're like
Obviously
that.
this wasn't the right thing to do. I got it too.
I mean, because you're doing that, I'll give it advantage as well. Oh, thank you for the
Oh,
raid. Plane Chasers. Thank you guys. Appreciate you. Can we get a shout out to Plane Chasers there? Sir Cervantes / Husbro. Thank you.
Yeah.
I already got it.
Oh. Yes,
Coco's too
moderator.
Gotta be quicker than that. Gotta be quicker than that.
Gotta be quicker than that. What'd you get,
much
homie?
better. Much better. 3.
Oh, with advantage.
So this new die apparently needs to sit down for a while.
Okay.
That's so
You
pretty.
bring out censures and things like that, and just, dude, it's like you're dingle, dangle, dingle, dangle. You're bringing out your kit for the first time to do your thing for Timora because you're starting to feel like, hey, I am a weapon system of Timora. Like I am a champion of Timora, so my faith is reassured, right? Like, you're kind of, and then you start seeing like literal, like, hey, you're a prophet, bro. You know what I mean? You're like, oh, okay. So, but you haven't really used this stuff anymore because you're kind of a gambler or whatever, and you just spill out your Timora holy water. You know what I mean? And
I'm choking myself out with incense. It doesn't smell good.
Here's what I'll say. You get the sense there's a lot of bad luck right there. You know what I mean? And you're just like, ugh.
Yeah, I feel
You
that.
know what I mean? So if there's a Timora, Tylessa, it's up in this place.
Yeah.
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 I got me.
And then after doing that, I would probably go down to Cervantes and give him words of encouragement as he's boarding up the outside of a castle to protect it from dragons and demons and devils.
Okay.
Thanks. I'm doing my part.
Yes.
He's boarding up the
Did my
door,
part.
and Feilani is inside still investigating. Is my favorite part.
Yeah.
And the second
Yeah.
part, roll me your intelligence check. Just give me a quick intelligence.
Oh, perfect. 3.
There's at least 2 back doors.
Nice. Well,
If he's there just pounding away on the front door, like cleaning it up. You know what I mean? And remember I told you there was an iron gate that was like open? You know what I mean? And you just put a, like, because I described to you, it's a portcullis that was open. There's a beam across it. You know what I mean? Where you could just like, but Pierre Pedro is helping out. Pierre Pedro is definitely helping. Yeah.
The turnips have finally gone to his head.
perfect. I mean,
No,
rolling a
good
2,
job.
that was perfect.
But
Yep.
but the sense of Cervantes putting up the, it does speak to like, hey, you probably shouldn't go through here. You know what I mean? Like if you see an iron grate with the classic wood X across it, like, beware.
I suggest to him that he also write closed on it.
Yeah.
I'll do that, Silas. Thank you.
Yeah. So it says closed.
Do
yeah,
not
this is,
enter.
as it melts, you can tell this is a pretty prominent vineyard here. Like there is a little like shack mill that's kind of near the place where grapes were stepped on and things like that, and there's a decent amount of wine that was produced here. But it's been nobody harvested the grapes or anything like that, so the grapes are just like completely disheveled. They're not like doing what they should do. But yeah. So, Pierre Pedro, like, you guys clean this up, and was like, so, what happened in there?
Well,
I died.
she
You're so
died.
I gotta say this: if the front door isn't working for you boys, you can always try the back door.
Ignatius.
Have we?
I was
Do we
holding.
even
I
know
was
what the
holding
back door is?
that-
I reach into my bag and I pull a turnabout and just chuck it at his head.
We're
I
gonna
run away. I run away.
spark.
I run away like a frightened rabbit.
No, Ignatius, no.
You died,
Bad.
Feilani? What is death like?
Oh, well, for the third time, I think I'm getting a little bit used to it. I mean, it's still scary. I mean, it's not fun, but I feel like I see something different every time I die, and it's like all coming together. Not saying that I hope to die all the time, but a miracle happened, and I was brought back.
Yeah. Well, you guys stormed a tower, and it was really scary out here. There's yetis and shadows. I was just chilling over here with a horse, and I was about to book it. I'm not gonna lie. And he looks at you, Cervantes, and he's just like, "Hi." Then I heard clashing and banging and spells and stuff going off from the outside, this whole tower was like just shooting luminescent lights and things like that. It was wild. But I've been looking all over for Mr. Schmobile everywhere. Have you guys seen old Schmobile anywhere?
I forgot that's what his name was. No, but
He was a nice man.
I think I saw Tyr.
What? Man, I knew you were a brave paladin. The moment I saw you, where do we go? He's like, Toby's ready to go. Toby's your name your horse, right?
No, Bravacante.
Oh.
His nickname is Toby.
I think if there was an opposite spectrum of Bravacante, Toby. I should probably write that down. Brava?
No.
No, you should guess it. You should guess again next week.
Yeah.
Every day it's got a new name.
That's Sam.
Whoopsie whoopsie.
That was good.
I'm so dumb. All right, yeah. So, yeah. So where do we go next?
I think we're heading back to Phandalin to
So
close
glad you guys say that.
close the loop on things. But you did good. You did a good job there, Pier Pedro.
Thank you. I want to learn how to be a paladin from you guys, and I want to be brave as you, Miss Feilani.
I'll hand him my
Well,
my old sword. And go.
Oh, it's a great sword, isn't it?
No, it's just a long sword.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he definitely takes this and he puts it through his belt, and he doesn't have a scabbard. You know what I mean? So it just kind of like hangs
Hell
there.
yes, I love it.
Yeah.
But like, there's
Well?
brave, and then there's too brave. Too brave is stupidity, which I am quickly learning.
Well, I feel like, and he looks up. I feel like the rules of Faerun has changed. You gotta be. The game. I feel like the game has changed. You know, of the world. So you gotta be careful.
Another edition? What?
Yeah.
A new edition.
Oh yeah.
Is it possibly half better or half worse?
Oh. TBD.
A little bit of both, I think. Yeah. We can review it at GaryCon. We'll
What's
give everybody
GaryCon?
our
Over lots and lots of drinks.
yeah. So yeah, he just sits there, and you see, Pier Pedro just kind of looking around, looking at the place, and just like, well, I'll lead you guys back down. Sorry, my Forrest Whitaker eye is really bad today. I don't know why. What's going on? As you can see, like this, the eyes are like droopy.
Just go crazy eyes. That's the way to do it.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
God.
I blame the global war on terror for this eye. But yeah. Well,
Yes, we should definitely head back to town. That was a rough fight.
yeah. So you guys, a very easy meandering, switchbacks. Obviously you hear some flies and stuff like that as, there's a Yeti just.
Hang on.
Oh,
While they're all like nailing the tower and like contemplating life, luck, and trying to figure out what the drawings in the basement are all about, can I take a look at this deed? Like, after I get a turnip thrown at me, can I like run off behind some bushes and pull out my deed?
Yep. What I'll say is secrets that you guys have, I'll make this clear, have been passed to you secretly. Right? So what you hear over this, so you look at the deed, you realize that you have the other one, right? The one that was that's signed, and then there's the one that you have, and it's not signed.
Yeah.
So, but you have both, and there is the bag that was Indrina's, where it's the unsigned one, and you can easily, you know what I mean, like swap around.
And I'm sorry, out of character, she wanted me to replace the signed one with the unsigned one.
She wanted it to show signed. She wanted a sale.
But she gave me the unsigned one, right?
She gave you a signed contract, like it with a forged.
But
signature.
I found an unsigned one.
That's right. Yep.
So the unsigned one is real.
Yep.
So that means the tower. That means the tower belongs to who?
It's to you if you want to.
You didn't.
Whoever signs it gets the tower.
Yeah, for the 50,000 gold pieces, right? That the whole point was it was worth 50,000 gold pieces. They wanted to sell it for the 50,000 gold pieces. They wanted,
Yeah.
you know what I mean, the signature, no matter what.
So the signed one says though that the tower belongs to who?
This Indrina lady who's missing now, but sold. Also, the previous owner was killed.
Is the previous owner listed on this?
Sold from that guy to this guy. There's a bit of a pattern here. If you're not, you know what I mean?
Just think shady mafia real estate stuff. It's
Also,
100% what they're
everybody
doing.
everybody who comes up to this tower and lives here dies.
So they wanted you to
Example.
make sure the sale was done, regardless of what happened. Go up there, take this contract that looks signed, and make sure it looks like it. This was recovered, there, right?
Make it look like this was recovered.
Hey,
I'm supposed to make it look like that was recovered in the tower.
That's right. That's right. Yep.
But
And
what
then-
was the blank one for then?
The blank one was what went up with Indrina. She could take this thing up there with the real estate agent, right? The lady, and then she was going to sign it up here. They sent you up here, probably because they knew something was going on, and then you were going to go like, "Hey, I found this. It's signed." Does that make sense?
No.
Uh,
I'm lost in this. I'm lost in this real estate brokerage here.
okay.
So they sent me up to the tower to find a document that proved the tower belonged to Idrina.
Yeah, regardless of it being signed or not, they just wanted to make sure it was signed. So
Who
when
is
you went
Idrina?
up- Indrina was the lady that was going to go buy the tower. She went up with.
She's who I'm working for.
No, she was with Subaru.
Yep. She came to town.
Oh,
Indrina
boy.
came to town. She's a wealthy lady from Neverwinter. Right?
And so if I don't fuck with this, Adrena owns the tower, correct?
Which is a sale to the Zentarum, which is. So Indrina has kidnapped, is what you're tracking. She's missing. She's gone. There's no Indrina because the real estate agent is dead outside. Right? You found her dead. Indrina is gone.
So Adrena.
now-
So walk me through this again. Adrena, I'm sorry everyone, but I'm stupid on this because somewhere I've lost my marbles on this. So in Indrina, because I think I may have killed an old man for no reason. So Indrina came up the hill to buy the tower.
Yep.
And she did buy it and sign the paperwork.
She had not signed it yet. There was
so-
no idea. They were thinking maybe she wasn't going to buy the tower.
So hold on a sec. So the paperwork that she was supposed to sign was up here but unsigned.
That's right. So they sent you up a forged copy behind them to replace.
They sent me up with a forged copy showing that it was signed.
Yep. Yep. So you found the bag.
And then I was supposed to do like a switcheroo and go, oh, I found this copy. And so clearly Indrina did buy it. And therefore the tower belongs to the Zentarum?
No, it's not, the Zentarum got the money. The Zentarum got the money. They don't care who owns it right now. Zentarum got the 50,000 gold. They were trying to go from zero. Hey, thanks for the hype train. 0 to 50,000 gold off this deal.
Okay. I'm still not sure I totally understand it, but that's okay.
There's a tower at the top.
I feel like the confusion is appropriate for Ignatius.
So imagine this tower goes unused
How
for
does
a while.
so if Indrina owns the tower, how does the Zentarum get it?
I'm trying to get you there.
Okay.
Just listen. So imagine a tower goes unused for a while. The Zentarum do squatter rules. Say we own this now because we found it. The finders keeper thing. Remember? Finders keepers. They did this with the Neverwinter Forest. The finders keepers with your wagon, right? Hey, we found it. Now this wagon belongs to us. They also did this with the tower. And they said, we want to sell this tower to this actress that leaves Neverwinter. She goes, okay, I'll go up there and check this thing out. Fully well knowing that she may buy this or not. For one reason or another, she goes missing up there. They have you take a forged document and have it found up there with the sale. Does that make sense?
But then how does the Zentarum took her up there and go look at our tower that we found. Do you want to buy it?
Yep.
But she didn't sign the paperwork.
That's why you have a forged document of her.
So, but if I go, hey, here's the forged version, and I found it up in the tower, how does the Zentarum get paid? They're gonna requisition Indrina's estate.
Yeah, so it's just, you know what I mean? Like it's signed, and yeah, they can go to the.
They're like, here, she clearly bought it, so
Yeah,
she owes us.
Deep into how the
So she owes us. So she owes us 50,000 gold.
Right. So you found also 5,000 gold pieces up there as a down payment, didn't you? Remember you know what I mean? Like you found the platinum pieces
Okay.
in the last session.
Okay.
You found $5,000 worth of platinum pieces as a down payment.
Okay.
That makes sense.
I think so.
So she was just basically brought up there and just disappeared in this tragedy of the shadow and stuff like that that's happened. Right?
All right.
It wouldn't take much passive perception to realize that this was a trick. You know what I mean? And the Zentarum, who was penniless from the last campaigns, is now found their way to start making money again. Hey, Witch. Hi, everybody. Welcome. We're getting through it right now. Yeah.
You're helping a dumb old man.
Does it make sense? Is anybody else confused on how this went down? You know, Silas, you good? Coco, you figured it out? Okay. Yeah.
I'm glad you all fucking have, because I still don't see what the Zentarum get out of this.
But
that's okay.
0 money to 50 grand.
Who's paying them? Who's paying them?
Yeah, so you'll look in the contract. If you read it, it's just like, you know, paid from the Waterdavian Bank. You could take, you know what I mean?
Because Idrina's dead.
But still, if this is signed, you know what I mean? They can take
Oh, then they can collect from her bank account.
There we go. Yeah. Yep.
Okay. And if it's not signed, they're fucked.
Yep.
What if
It's
it was
the
signed by
Marmaster.
someone else?
You'll find out that if you looked in this thing as well, since we're kind of going through this, it's the Margaster, you know, bank and trusts, both of Neverwinter and Waterdeep. They can withdraw the money.
If it was signed by someone else?
Then they would, I don't know, it's all notarized and everything. It looks great. You're thinking too
So the
hard
only
about
one that
it.
can sign it is Idrina? I'm trying to figure out a way to fuck them over, dude, but I need to understand the mechanics of it. That's okay.
So you want to sign a different name?
Well,
'Cause
I
you
have a spell
the-
called...
You have the blank
Here's the thing.
copy.
I have a spell called Illusionary Script.
We
And
should have started with this, and then went into
and I could fuck around with this.
Okay. So you have the blank copy, and you have the one signed by Adrena that guarantees the Zentarum 50,000 gold pieces with 5,000 in a down payment.
Okay.
you could
I'm just gonna start walking down the hill with my friends, but I am clearly lost in really deep thought, and it looks like it's hurting me.
Yeah. See, Ignatius is just like, wait, what? But you still have the container of platinum pieces as well.
Yes.
That is the down payment to the Zentarum Minex real estate company of Phandalin. Sorry, this lost high fantasy because we just went way into.
Hey, everybody likes a good house shopping show. Stop it. People, get on board with me here. Get on board with me. Okay, we're going down the hill.
Jackaboop says, "Save versus your own brain."
It's true, Jackaboom. That's exactly what's happening here.
I'm tired now.
I was sent to achieve a very specific goal, but I'm not really sure I ever understood it.
I just daywalked. I was just like, just like.
I'm going down the hill.
You're going down the hill. All right. Well, Pierre's like, "Are we leaving?" Well, I guess he, to Cervantes, he's like, "Well, I guess Mr. Schmobel already left, and well,
stop nailing the back door and let's go."
Should we bring Miss Baru down on the horse as well? Because she's there.
Yeah.
Who's Miss Baru?
Subaru? Yeah. She's the real estate agent. Where have you been for 10 episodes?
I feel like I've missed something along the way.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Her name is Subaru?
God, is this just happening? Are you really doing this to me? Yeah. Yeah.
Her name was Subaru. The old guy was Old Schmobile.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Nothing. It's just an NPC name. Why are you doing this to me? It's just a guy.
I feel like there's some sort of like hidden meaning there in Schmobile.
Oldsmobile?
What?
Like the
oh, I did not. No, that was totally lost on me. I'm sorry. I'm as swift as your bag of hammers tonight, okay?
Are you with me? Is he doing this on purpose? Is he an
No, I'm not. I swear to you, I am not doing it on purpose.
Oh my god.
Oh. Jeez. So you guys walk down the hill. You guys have made it, and you see all these like light bulbs just going off in ignition. Oh, Ignatius like, he's got this bag, he's got this leather bag. He's like,
Oldsmobile? What the hell?
You murdered a guy for basically no reason just like a minute ago then. So based on you unpacking this now, totally stabbed a guy in the bushes. Schmobile is like laying over there collecting flies. They put Mrs. Baru on the horse and they start, going down the hill. Feilani, help me out. Anybody else want to unpack some details? It's
been kind of fun to just see him try to figure it out.
Look at everybody in chat right now has sat around a D&D table where one player has just missed a key piece of information and it's all gone to shit.
Yeah.
So don't bust my little halfling balls on this.
That's okay.
We're getting there.
You're definitely at the point of the Skyrim game where you can go back to town and now start understanding everything that's going. You're like, but what is it? Who is DM? Yeah, who is the DM tonight? I don't know. I don't know either.
Who is DM?
Confusion is real. Well,
okay, just a minute. Help me out, Sly. Did you know that all the NPCs were named after cars?
Yeah, I groaned when he said the first one, when the Oldsmobile or whatever it was. I was like, God, your names, they're so bad. But I didn't say anything. So I was like, jeez.
I think we all just happened to what?
When you said Baru, I thought you were talking about I thought it was an homage to Aunt Baru in Star Wars.
No. It's a horrible pun. I just groaned and let it go. If you acknowledge it.
We were hoping he just let it slide. Yeah. We were just like, okay, he said that, moving on.
There you go, Jeff. Stu D. Baker. Yeah, there you go. There's a good name.
First of all, We love you, Jeremy. You know what I mean?
I'm spelling out. I'm getting you to spell out every NPC's name moving forward, so that I get it.
You know what I'm going to have to do? I'm going to have to do the Pete thing where you guys roll and recap because I feel like this is a product of
No,
not recapping.
You would not have wanted my recap. I'll tell you that.
Aw, that's sad.
We were playing vastly different stories. Anyways.
So my question is our halfling doing all this evil stuff and doesn't even know it? Is that really where it's going?
Apparently, he's just...
I'm making friends. And we're like, those friends are evil. He's like, I don't know what you're talking about. It's like you're hanging out with the mafia. Right?
That is
He's
true.
got a bunch of friends
He's
that
never
are
really
like
had a
assassins.
friend, and he just immediately started hanging out with a Bronx Tale. His immediate first friend were a bunch of like mafiosos. Like, hey, what do you know?
Am I the villain? Am I the problem?
Are you the
Okay, so
problem?
Ignatius.
Are you the... Yes, I would say so.
So where were you last session where you stabbed old Schmobile, threw him in the bushes because he was like, hey, don't forget the contract. And you're like, yeah, I'm going to follow him over here. and
I
stab him.
thought I had brought up a false contract that implied someone else had bought the building, not the person that actually did. And I was like, if Schmobile is dead, then I can bring back whatever document I want, and I can fuck with it with my illusionary script and booyaka.
Sure. But the Zentarum will still get 50,000 gold pieces. You're right. So yeah, you did find a hook there where you can write any name on there. Whoever that person is going to owe them 50,000 gold pieces. This
Cervantes. Could you spell your name for me, please?
But you are
It's
smart
spelled
enough to know that the
IGNATIUS.
Okay, fine.
You are smart enough to know that the Andrina person does have the 50,000 gold pieces. So if you wrote Lord Neverember on there, people will probably call your bluff. The odds of it being Andrina signing this is a lot better than some rando name. Does that make sense?
Henry the Eighth.
Oh my god.
But I don't know if you're trolling me tonight, but yeah.
What I'm wondering is though, who am I trying to fool that I found it up here?
Anybody who would give a shit about the transaction.
But they could have just said, no, we found this up there.
You're their agent. You're literally a Zentarum agent. You'd be the one that
I am?
Dude.
Okay, now I'm trolling you. Okay, let's move on. Because you're getting angry with me. So I'm shutting up now.
Okay. Okay, so you're fully tracking what's going on, what's within in the satchel. All right. Okay. Cervantes, you're moving on with the horses. You're heading down. Silith, you guys just want to like press down to town?
Yes.
Anybody want to say anything else?
I'll talk to Silith about. It's like, what? That's the first. That's the first time I've ever seen a god do something like that.
Faith is very powerful. All of my spells come from my god. So if you go down the right trail and believe and mean it, they will imbue you with power to help us in the future destroy evil and all of this stuff that we seem to be falling into, the shadow and the cold overcoming Faerun and where we're at.
So just saying the words isn't everything?
No, saying the words is hollow, shallow, if you will. You have to focus and really let it into your heart. And you did that for the first time, and it made a difference. See how powerful you can be?
Yeah, that was pretty amazing.
Because I can promise you, I do not have the sleight of hand skills to fill someone's mouth with grass while healing them. Because that seemed a little odd, though I am glad that, I am being given these powers to help us. But the four-leaf clovers did seem to be a lot.
I mean, I'm still coughing them up.
That I would not personally desire to fill your mouth with grass. That seems like a lot. Well, they were four-leaf clovers, but I mean, basically, as I'm trying to get the feel for my powers, I'm really focusing and concentrating and putting my heart into it to try to, heal you guys. If you put your heart into killing the bad guys and, you mean it when you're following Tyr, it will help us smite them.
I've only ever seen paladins. They just yell out, it's like, I smite you, and then radiant energy or, whatever happens. And I thought if I did the same thing that, it might also happen.
It's a little more than that. You were on the right track. You were going the right direction, but I think now more is
clearly
as you actually see what's going on.
Yes.
Right.
And yeah. I think I might have to explore this and tell I forget his name off the top of my head, a guy back in Phandalin. I'm gonna have to go tell him about this, because that was pretty
It was
awesome.
epic what you did. It was epic what you did. The power really, helped us kill that dragon, and I'm not gonna lie, you definitely saved my life there. That dragon was going to smite me down.
Do you think Sir Pete would approve?
Absolutely. He would be proud of you, yes.
There's alternatives.
Shut up.
To smiting dragons?
Like you can't. There are some things out there that you can just say, "Give me power." You don't have to have all that belief stuff, and they give it to you.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay.
Sometimes the price is high with that.
What does that mean, Iggy?
Wow. I'm just saying that sometimes you can ask things for power and they just give it over.
But nothing is free in this world.
Everything with a price.
Well, what price
You
do
may
you
not
pay
realize it. You may not realize it at the transaction, but everything comes with a price.
Hey, Lonnie, make a perception check. An insight.
Okay.
Make an insight.
Oh, okay, thank God. 8.
This is just my Dungeons and Dragons. Oh yeah, so you're like, you sit there as you say that, you're like, my character doesn't know. And you just keep kind of you would say that even with an 8, I can't narrow it down completely, but you get the sense when the very warm, summery Fae kind of showed up, there was a definite opposite aura. Like, if there was just this orb, you know what I mean, that like couldn't touch Ignatius when things were getting warm, it basically bellowed around him.
Okay.
Would we all have seen that?
Yet you can make insight checks as well. Because everybody was up there, it like saw crazy things happen when Phalani was coming back to life.
15 insight.
Yeah, but her based on knowing what was going on with the Fae, everything that was happening with her in the circle and being pulled back in. But you saw some entities, but there was definitely like there was like a shadow over Ignatius. To you, you can continue to unpack that if you'd like to. That's fine. But I wouldn't, based on her saying this, also apply that as well because she, you know what I mean? She was going down the, hey, like, what's up with this guy?
I got you.
But as she's saying that, you can also be like, I'm not really sure, but like, I did kind of notice, you know what I mean? Like a strange darkness to clinging to Ignatius.
Well,
But
I did notice that Ignatius was not a part of that battle. So,
I beg your pardon.
yeah, where were you?
You were rifling through books while I was dying.
Feilani did
It
say,
was not.
I saw you.
I was rifling through books and you were up and moving just fine. And I was trying to find something to help us.
What could possibly help us in a bookshelf?
Oh, knowledge is power.
You
What
know
is
it's all.
with
You know
all
what?
of a
You know.
sudden
You know.
having all this power.
You know what's also
power?
power? Secrets.
Ugh. I feel like that's been the theme this whole adventure so far.
Do you have any
I
secrets?
keep
there,
hearing
Ignatius?
that.
I was very blunt.
Yeah,
Of course I have secrets. You have secrets.
not really. You guys.
Everyone has secrets.
I guess they're not secrets if you don't know they're secrets.
you hear, what's the name of this host? Brava Conde, the horse go. Let out this huge horse sigh and just jump off the cliff. Just like,
I'm going to quickly speak with animals and tell them not to do that. Please
yeah,
don't.
It's like easy boy. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
Yes, you guys have this conversation. You know, I like where this is going as you guys kind of are quiet. You're just together before you see the town. As you come down the town, you can down the hill. As you're on a mountain, you can see like the hamlet of Fandlin. You know what I mean? With you know, chimneys and things like that. It's miles away, but from the elevation you're at, you do see this one town with this T intersection road that goes left to right from Tribor to the ocean. You know, I'm sorry, I say Tribor, but if you're not familiar with Forgotten Realms, please just like tell me. But just another town that's to the east. But yeah, you've got time to have this discussion until you guys are like, I'm over it. Let's go to Fanlin. Because clearly we have to slow down and read some of our journal, right? If this is Baldur's Gate, like our journal is maxed out, and we're like, oh yeah, we start reading some of this stuff. Ignatius got just parchments all over his pockets and stuff. He's like,
It's not my fault.
It's not my fault. Oh, love you, man. It's all good.
I'll be right back.
So Ignatius,
Hold that thought. I just got to run for a second.
You're good, man.
Honestly, that was pretty entertaining. Just
I'm glad that was entertaining for you guys. Yeah, so you guys, you know, because we can always hit the tavern later, but you guys make it down to the town. Like there's that windmill that's off to the right where you guys heard, you know, that things were going on, but the windmill seems to be, you know, it's a landmark to get to the location and to Fandolin. And you guys enter the town. It's happy-go-lucky. You know, not a lot of damage kind of occurred to the town as you guys came in there, and you spooked off the, you know, the shadows and went straight up to the tower like immediately to face this before anything raided the town. So it is still like a glad and happy town. There's the market there. You smell fresh market garden smells of fruits and vegetables, and there are pigs brought out, and you know what I mean? Like to be auctioned off or whatever. But the market's set up. The fountain is bubbling, and you can see some masons working on that statue to what they said was Sildar, a knight who died here long ago. You know what I mean? Like, well, not long, campaigns ago, defending the town. Long ago in people years, not long ago in Forgotten Realms years. But yeah, we'll kind of go around. Cervantes, as you enter, you hear the bells ringing to the Temple de Tyr. The Stonehill Inn is open. You see, the brush or they're sweeping off, last evening's activities. If it's morning or whatever, the last night's drunks are kind of walking out of the Stonehill Inn to, go to the fields where they sleep in the tavern. They go to the fields and do the same thing tomorrow night. They'll show up and drink it away and then keep that Phandalin existence kind of going.
I'll look to Silith and Phaelani and say, I'm going to take Subaru up to the temple for Darren and Sister Gariel to deal with.
So you're tracking Darren left, right? Darren's gone. Yep. So yeah, Halia, as you were looking for Darren, she's like, he did this whole spiel where he was going to take Sir Pete's body.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
It was like a month, 2 months ago when we played the last like RP session. So,
I'm sure I've got it written down in here somewhere. And I know I have to go up to Helm's Hold, but
yeah.
Well, I'm still gonna go up to the temple too.
Yep, she's there. Haley's there, and she just looks and she's like, Miss Baru was not just a fledgling real estate agent, but she was one of our town's arithmetic teachers. And she's just like, she brings her in and cleans off up. They're like, yeah, I guess we'll get to work getting her ready for to get buried, and she brings her in.
Yeah, I'll tell her the story of what happened up there, what potentially killed her, and then let her know that Tyr visited us. And
Tyr visited you? That's interesting. She's like, I've seen the workings of Timora. I was here actually when the great Archbishop of Waterdeep did the divine, what's it called when you yeah, and actually Tyr presented himself here to fight something long ago when a great dragon attacked the town. So that speaks a lot, that if your deity is speaking to you during these times of trouble. She's like, would you like to help me care for
absolutely yes, let me know how I can help.
Yep. Pier Pedro goes to like start unbuckling your armor and he's like, sir, I'll take care of this stuff.
Take Bravacante and
yep.
the other horse and
yep.
Go see your family.
Okay. Yeah. He's like, okay. And Jeremy, just so you know, you guys have entered the town. Town's super happy Zelda town. You know what I mean? Like the music's playing and everything went from dark and dangerous. That boss was defeated. Now you guys are like reset in your side quest town. We'll go in order. Phaelani, you entered the town. The last time you were here, Xanth took you away, and with you, as you get there, you see Xanth. You see him inside the market, kind of standing tall. Once again, tanned, sun-reddened skin, and he's got, almost like a mohawk that is braided really tight. You see markings of where he puts his war paint on, but it is like smeared from sweat and stuff. And he's got his bow strung across his back. with his quiver as well, off to his side because he's a centaur, so it's off to his side, and you can see his tall head look over the top of um, one of the market kind of stands, and he just starts, centauring to you, just like, you know what I mean, like, um, you know, moving in centaur fashion. I don't know why I just trailed off on that, but I'm almost a spider. I got 6 legs, and he walks up to you. Centaurs, ugh, they creep me out. Anyway, so hang on, I gotta let my dogs into the room. I'll be right back. Hang on to that.
I'm not sure centaur is a verb.
What?
Sentai.
Anything can be a verb if you try hard enough, Jeremy. You need to stop picking on me today.
You're centauring.
Yeah.
You're
You-
boring.
yeah.
No, you're centaur.
Yeah, so he um, walks up to you in classic centaur fashion, and he's just like, Feilani. And he, one leg goes back and his arm goes down, and he's just like, I saw what you did 2 times at you disappeared in one of the menhirs at the Druid Circle, and then you came back several hours later, continually in this visage. The circle itself is no longer under shadow. It's like a beacon of hope in the center of the forest. I was alone there, so I returned back to town to hopefully find you. I'm so glad to see you guys have returned. And what joy, you know what I mean? As he looks up and he's like, the shadow has somehow left this area.
It didn't come without, hardship, but we hope that the circle can at least stay shadow free for a little while. What was unfortunately surrounding it was not very good. I hope that the circle will now continue to stay, as you said, a beacon of hope.
A spirit tends to it. It's like when you were there for a moment, I saw a visage of you being overtaken by shadow, and then you were gone, and like a wisp, some sort of light, like went to each of the men here, and the shadows disappeared, and it looks like it's tending to the circle itself. There's still a darkness there. There is still shadow in Crypt Garden, but this one spot is like hallowed.
It probably happened when I got brought back. I unfortunately did die at the tower, but I was brought back there. I guess you could call it limbo. That's the best. That's the best answer that I can give you. And I was back at the circle, but not actually back there. So, whatever happened, it must have changed something when I was brought back.
There's an evil presence there. I was feeling something watching me the whole time. But that's Crypt Garden. It's been that way for some time, but I've never seen a change. Never since, I've never seen anything like this. So.
Well, it is moving in the right direction, I feel. And Crypt Garden will be free of this evil entity that has continued to reign over it for many, many years. I will see to it that it no longer has any power, and no longer has any power or control over Crypt Garden.
Well, I have something for you. And he's got this pin, and he's like, Deland Winterhound, you've successfully become at least the warden of Crypt Garden. It is very clear. And he hands you like a pin, and it's got like antlers on it. It's the pin of the Emerald Enclave, and he's like, you've been granted Spring Warden of the Crypt Garden forest. It's our first, rank within the Emerald Enclave. So it is an honor.
No, it is my honor because I felt a connection as soon as I stepped in the circle. I felt this connection that I was meant to be there. I was meant to save this place, and I was meant to watch over it. So you bestowing this title to me is a huge honor. So I thank you.
It may not be the best forest to be the warden of, but it is your forest. You're bound there somehow. Just myself being, that he's a bit of a druid as well and a ranger, Xanth, but like, he just imparts to you like it's, and he just kind of looks up and he's like, what an honor it would be to bring light to that garden, and he's just like, I know that you're busy, but I will go, if you don't mind, I will go to your circle and help whoever tends it. And I will do my best to get the circle prepared for whenever you return, if you don't mind. I've seen your courage, and I would like to help you there.
That would be much appreciated. As you said, I am unfortunately busy. We've got many missions on our checklist to do, and unfortunately, I can't tend to it right now. But I know that with M's, I won't have to worry about it.
I'll go ahead. I'll see you soon, and I'll find out what I can.
I thank you.
Until then, this in Fanlin's a hamlet. This city life isn't for me. He goes, woo! He runs off. No, I'm just kidding. He does the stallion thing, against the sunrise,
God.
in his hair. He weaves his little, mohawk thing and it whips, and he turns around, and you just see a horse butt just jumping through the tall grass as he leaves. I ruined it! Ha! Take that! I should be ruining Jeremy's story tonight. Dang it, I'm sorry, Phelani. You were doing fantastic. But do you have any other questions for Xanth as he decides to, he's happy to see you. He presents you with a rank in the Order of the Emerald Enclave, which is huge for what you've done and your bravery and clearly dying 3 times in service. But you've achieved Spring Warden. Any other questions for him as we kind of...
No more questions. I know he's got it while in my absence. So all the faith in him.
Okay. So that brings up Silith. You enter town as well, and then we'll hit Ignatius. Silith, you enter town. You see Cervantes break off with Mrs. Baru to basically become interned or prepared for a burial. You do see some people run up to go to the chapel because someone had passed away, and people are kind of broken up about it. And then you see Phelani have a discussion with a centaur. You know what I mean? The centaur kind of leaves, and you kind of pick up on that. But is there anything else you'd like to do as you arrive back at Ali Oxenfree, the safety zone?
I would want to talk to Lady Gario when I get a chance to. I mean, I think you mentioned that she was going with the body.
So Lady Gariel, not Halio, we were confused, but yeah, so Sister Gariel is with Cervantes, and you see her coming out, and there's like a water trough or a bucket that Pedro went and got, and they're kind of washing their hands off. It looks like like they're trying to dress things up, and you see her consoling people and taking them off to the side when they come up, and Cervantes, and she gives orders to Cervantes just do your best, to and then the family comes in and they basically take over and want to brush her hair and things like that, and kind of you get the sense that they take it from here, Skylar slash Cervantes, but you kind of see that stuff happening as well.
But yeah, I mean, I would want to talk to her just about, my experiences, now that I'm, joined her,
Yeah.
the Harpers.
So
But that doesn't need to be now. I mean, obviously, if she seems busy, I would, talk to Cervantes a little bit and, tell him that, maybe spend some time at the temple, see if he gets any more inspiration or thoughts. I mean, again,
she's like, yes,
conviction.
yeah, we are busy, and maybe tonight we can talk about what information we can provide with regards to the Harpers, but most importantly, and you tell her about all the things that happened up there. She's like, um, "That's interesting that you couldn't." You tell her about like trying to hollow the ground.
Yeah,
Yeah, I would say, you know, don't let the bad luck win in some of these cases. Now, although bad luck is part of, Timora's plan in some cases, but if you really feel conflicted about it and you want your will over Timora in some cases, you can stay longer. What I'm trying to say is you can almost force something, be like, I'm spending the whole day to do this. Meaning you
right.
roll and roll and you roll and you roll. She gives you what's interesting, and she tells you how to use some of your, you know what I mean, your ritual tools and things like that. Um, uh, like, hey, this is, you can set it up this way, you twist it. And as she's talking to you, she like looks straight at this amulet that's on your chest. Yep. And she's just like, Where did you get a, you know what I mean? Like an amulet like that. This is, like, it's a holy symbol.
This,
Where'd you get a
yes,
holy symbol like this?
this was a gift from my family, apparently.
Huh. She just looks back. She's like, this is ancient. She looks at it. She's like, she looks at
Yeah,
hers, that's kind of a smaller version that can
right,
twist. And when it spins, you can hold it. You basically just spin you know what I mean? The wheel in a certain way. And like the light, the rainbow light
right.
kind of happens. I guess you just do this. You spin it like that. I imagine, right? Because the wheel of Timora. So she just looks at it. She's just like, this is incredible. She's like, did you try attuning to this object? Did you try this is clearly, and she looks at this, she's like, this clearly has um, religious power.
Yes, I was able to attune to it, yes. So I feel the power, is
Yeah.
going to increase my abilities.
Yeah, she's like, I think this will be very helpful for what these shadows are doing to folks. I think you've been gifted, you know what I mean? Something to help you against these shadows if you use it sparingly, you know. She's like, I haven't seen someone called to Timora before. I came to this town. Why would Timora? People were miners, not miners with an O, miner with an E. Showing up to this town trying to get their luck, either panning for gold or whatever. And it's very interesting to find another clergyman of Timora here, and it makes me it emboldens my faith, Silas, that you have arrived because you could sit here and pander to folks' luck all day, but then when you see someone else with the faith, it emboldens you. And she's like, I think you're set here to lead, and I know the Archbishop of Waterdeep, I know Henry, and I know someone who is here to lead a group of and she kind of looks around. Ignatius is kind of scampering around unless he hides, some wayward characters. And she'll say, but remember, she leans in, remember, the bad luck and the good luck is important. And as she looks at him.
You take
So
the good, you take the bad, you take the wrong.
Cervantes just sings this behind, you know what I mean? Like, Yeah, like, and this guy, you need to keep out of trouble, she says, as she slaps
Yeah.
you on the butt. Huh? Ah, you used to do that to everybody in the last campaign, and Skylar gets one. Yeah. She did. Okay, Chippy, hang on. My son wants a. Come here. Everybody?
I'll lean into to Silith. I was like,
All right, Chippy.
I wonder if it's any coincidence that Timora and Tyr are both spelled similarly.
Ugh.
That seems lucky for us.
I think so. We'll put a check mark in our box there.
So, Ignatius, I'll recap. Not because of whatever. That was not a slight at you whatsoever. I'll recap.
I'm taking every recap I can get at this point because clearly
Yeah, so,
I have missed steps on this staircase of life.
Cervantes brought Susan Baru into the church to get prepared for burial. The family arrived and things like that. Sister Gariel arrived to help as well. Helps with the family. You watch Silas speak to to Sister Gariel, and then you see Phailani speak to a centaur who you saw just momentarily before the battle, and he bows to her, which is so you saw him. She jumps on his back. She runs off to like another business trip, and comes back, and now this humanoid creature. You can't type on. He's trying to type on the. Are you gonna? Can I?
He's taking our notes. He's gonna
taking
do our
more notes
recap
than
next
you.
week. He's gonna do our recap next week.
I don't care if they take notes. That's what the dungeon master. So Ignatius, you see some of these things kind of happening. What would you like to do?
Well, when someone starts calling me bad luck and sort of like
Oh, come on.
when they do that, I take my cue to exit, and I'm gonna go to the the Zentarum shop.
Okay.
Nobody said you were bad luck.
There was an implication.
Okay. Look. Yeah. If you don't know that you were making yeah. Anyway, so yeah. Don't you play coy with this party, sir? Come on, son, get down. Did you? He made sure he didn't knock over the mom Stanley. Thanks, buddy. I'm not mom. Krista's mom.
He
All right,
deserves
so-
he deserves a promotion. He's first class, Chippy now. Private first class.
Maybe first class. He is a big boy. So Minex still being improved. The storefront is beaming, right? And Barthen's, right, is looking shambled. If this was Sim City, Barthen's was looking fantastic one campaign ago. It was coming up, and then this one in even the White Wheel is overshadowed by Minex as you hear da-ding, da-ding, da-ding. Customers are coming in and out. You know what I mean? Like the 2000 Bell, whatever. It's providing resources and things like that. The resources that matter of fact, there's another wagon there, and the two, Zentarum, there's another wagon, and it's got, the Minex symbol painted on its side. Fresh paint. It kind of shows up, and the two Zentarum guys are like, Ignatius, welcome back. You have good tidings. Haley is waiting for you.
I don't say a word to them. I just walk
Okay.
by like a dark shroud.
Oh, okay. They're like
Shadow. Like shadow. I'm dark and brooding.
Ooh. They look at you and they just get frosty. And they continue unpacking this as level 1 NPCs would. Definitely assassin stats though, if you want to play. So I need to find something for you real quick. I have books and notes everywhere. That's the advantage of doing it every other week. So you go in there and you hear Papa Iggy, and just wham, right around your waist. Ginny's in there, and she's got this black apron on and it's got, a green snake on it. It's the one part of the X. And then the wings of the flying snake is the other part of the X. Right? And it's mine X on the thing. And she's like, look at Auntie Halia got me. And I've been helping unpack all of this stuff. And she's like, all the shadows went away, just like my dream. And you did it. I saw in the dream. You jumped on the back of this great dragon. You did it. Oh, Auntie Halia, he's a hero.
I have your papers.
She's like, it's such a blessing to have you here. She grabs the satchel. She looks through it. What does she see?
The paperwork she wanted.
Okay. So she sees Indrina on it. She's like,
yeah,
excellent. She's like, and the down payment?
Yeah. I hand that over too.
Slaps it shut. She's like, 45,000 will be enough for us. She takes a piece of paper. She's like, I want you to deliver this to Gero Margaster at Thornhold, please. But the 5,000 gold pieces are yours up. There will be another 1,000 if you complete this transaction.
What exactly am I giving to Jerome Margaster? Because I've been having a hard time keeping things straight lately.
They are bankers. The Margasters are a very wealthy family.
But what am I taking to them? The paperwork?
Yeah, take the contract to them.
Jeez, more paperwork.
She seals it, you know what I mean? Like real tight, puts the, you know what I mean? Like wax symbols it and hands you a sealed leather, you know what I mean? Like thing.
Super. And where are the Margasters?
Thornhold.
Thornhold.
She's like, come back, please.
I thought Thornhold. Okay.
That's where we're going next.
Apparently.
Like, you have done extraordinary for the town of. As a matter of fact, if you make it to Thornhold, and you're back behind the curtain, and Ginny's playing around in the front, she's like, as a matter of fact, as you make it to Thornhold, this could potentially be your keep yourself. Thornhold has a history with the Zentarum and has fell out of our hands a long time ago. After we took it from a group of paladins many, many years ago. Since then, it has been purchased by the very dim Lord Neverember through the Margasters. Lord Neverember himself will find his way out of Thornhold. In the end, we will need someone to look after this.
I'm not really sort of a stay-at-home type of guy.
Very well. Very well. The offer's there, but regardless, Ryan Nightshade has invested in you. And you hear this like this weird sound in the back, like something's inside of a cage. And you pick the color. She reaches inside of a cage, and there's a snake with wing. And she hands it to you. And she's like, you've been upgraded to Wolf of the Zentarum. And this creature, you can speak to me if you need help with the Zentarum.
You want me to carry around a winged snake?
It can conceal itself pretty well. As she hands it to you, you know what I mean? And it just like slides off into one of your pockets or whatever.
Oh, great.
Like, if you don't want it, you don't have to have it, she says.
No, I'll keep it.
I was like, oh, Ginny has been fantastic. And you see that Halia's stern stoic side has been kind of uplifted and almost is a little bit, you know what I mean? Like, there's a glow having Ginny around, and just like she's been very helpful. She's been very good with the books here. It's like she's taking to it. You know,
Does that jive with anything I know about Ginny?
just a little girl you found, you know, and that she just seems there.
What do you mean she's good with
You can
books?
roll dice for anything you want, Dungeon Master.
I say to her, "What do you think she like? What do you mean she's good with books?
What
do you mean she's? What does it mean? What do you mean when you say she's good with books?
Oh, she's been helping us write ledgers and keep track of stuff. She loves it. All I'm anecdotally saying is like she loves working in the store.
Okay.
Yeah, cleaning up and doing things. She's been just a great help.
All right. Okay. Well, I must be going.
Okay.
Busy, busy, busy,
she's like,
busy.
we have
Being a
tons of
wolf
new
of the
gear.
Zentarum.
We have tons of new gear that you can get discounted prices, Zentarum prices. If you'd like to flow some of that money back into my hands.
So low. Going. Sure, I'll take a look at what they got.
So, yep. So in here, everything basic gear inside the player's handbook, you know what I mean, is there. And I can bring up, you know what I mean, like in terms of like magic items and things like that as well. But we'll come back to that. So we'll keep playing. So you go back to the store, you see basic magic items, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah, I take a look around and maybe I keep my eye on a couple things and then I'll head out.
I'll find a list of things that are there in a moment. But we'll go back to Sir Cervantes. The family has taken ownership of Sue, and you know they'll bury her, you know, as soon as possible. They'll, you know what I mean, they go off and do their thing. I would say it was handled very well, unless you want to keep diving into that. If that
No.
Yeah.
I just wanted to help with that. Yeah.
The temple's there. The temple's doing well. You get the sense that Pierre Pedro likes to do acolyte duties while he's here. You know what I mean? Like to do, you know, squire things. So he's just, you know, makes himself at home there. The horse was well taken care of and put away. And yeah, what are other things that you'd like to do?
I kind of want to ask Lady Gariel if she knows anything about this whispered one.
Okay. The whispered
one.
Okay. Now, I'd say, are you asking alone, or are you asking with the priest that's also behind you? You know what I mean? The cleric that's with you? Are you saying this out loud? At least...
Yeah.
Okay.
As part of this whole thing, it's like we're encountered by entities, and Tyr showed up, and
So what I'll say is, as you're asking this question, because you said it was an open, non-secret question, like Phaelani, Silith, or whatever can have walked up. Ignatius, you could have walked in and heard this discussion. So she's like, well, the whispered one. She's like, and I've actually been to Candlekeep a couple times. The whispered one is an ancient wizard, a dark wizard, little Netherese empire, many years ago. Tried to become a powerful lich, you know, and became a lich and wanted to become a god. Was defeated, you know, created an army, betrayed by one of his leaders, and and then disappeared. Was destroyed. From what I remember, so a god that a demigod like that was destroyed. It's interesting. What brings this? What brings this up?
Well, forget exactly, but it's been, the name has been mentioned several times in our recent travels, including up at the tower.
Oh, Whisper.
Yeah, and
I
it
never
just
heard
it's stuck in my head. It's like, what is the whispered one?
Yeah.
And who is the whispered? Like, why is the whispered one?
I love it. I'll raise you one. When is the whispered one? uh, Pierre like looks up and she's like, "Well, I mean, that's all I know based on the rule I just ruled. I mean, maybe you want to rule something." And looks at Silith and looks at Cervantes, and if Phaelani's in the distance, you know what I mean? Like,
I mean,
uh,
that's a 19 history, but
19 history is pretty good for level 5. I'm just gonna say, like, uh, yeah. So she, rubs her head and she's like, "Well, if you remember 2 campaigns ago, there is a library. Believe it or not. Remember when Belgar went up? There was a fight and he just stayed up in the library." She's like,
oh
"There
yeah,
was a wizard." Yeah, maybe you don't remember. I do because I was a DM and I put in a lot of work and you guys just ignored me, just like Jeremy. But anyways, keep moving. She's like, I saved some of the books, and you know she opens up some ancient lore, and you get the sense that this individual, Vecna, a lich, Netherese, all the stories adds up. Gets his hand and eye chopped off. You know what I mean? Removed, and then um, one of his lords becomes jealous and tricked and kills him. In the end, the lord gets pulled into the Shadowfell, and then Vecna disappears as well. They implode, and they've just been gone. Their cult has been gone. You can see there's one picture of a hand that does like this with an eyeball in the middle of it. That's like the symbol of the whispered one, and you're just like, yeah, it's a bad guy. You know what I mean? Like,
we've seen that several times. That explains something.
explains what? I mean, you saw this symbol. I mean, we saw symbols of Talos over the past year or so. We see some really raunchy symbols from folks that are just,
Yeah,
bad
so
eggs.
this symbol was at the Temple of Severus, and this was drawn. That symbol was drawn on the floor, right?
Yeah,
Up at the tower. Is that what that
yeah.
summoning
Just on the
was?
wall, just spattered like graffiti, but that was definitely one of the symbols that you saw with your 19. Um, yeah. So, man, there's a roving band of like cultists. You think?
New
Huh.
cultists, definitely, for sure.
Yeah. Silent. Are you still there?
Yeah.
You overhear this conversation as well. What do you make of it?
Yeah, I mean, I've been seeing the symbols, getting dreams and visions of an evil coming. I'm nervous about how it seems
Dreams
to
and
be
visions.
building quickly.
What are these dreams and visions?
Um,
They're very important. Omens are very important. Sister Gariel says. Visions of what?
yeah, I see visions of destruction with ice and um, this night that's shrouded and destroying armies.
I've also been seeing this symbol in my dreams on a couple of
Feels
occasions.
like some kind of evil minion avatar kind of a thing. It seems very powerful. It's hard to tell if it's a symbol of something or an actual being or creature that is very powerful, destroying armies like this.
Roll a history or religion check, Silence, as you're starting to like kind of dig into this as well. Oh shoot.
11.
11. Yeah, you're getting the sense as well. I was at religion.
Either.
Yeah, you're just like they're discussing these things. You're thinking the holy symbols, and you kind of just, scratching your head on like how they're tied, and then they start mentioning him being undying and things like that. Like you get the sense that this Vecna, you know what I mean, like is definitely this whispered one that they speak of, but like um some of your visions speak towards obviously an evil being. But Feilani, are you walking meandering over to this crew as well, or are you doing something different? You're muted.
You're muted.
Sorry. Yeah, I probably would have taken a little bit longer to head up to them. I was, meandering through the market after Zenith left, and forgetting that I now have this horrible little boon on me. I started touching things.
Yeah.
And
So as
yeah.
you touch you know what I mean? It's not like apples or whatever, but you did, you know what I mean, see someone selling trinkets and it just immediately tarnished like there's like a candelabra. And you walk up and it's like, "Rrr?" Like, and you can either roll a stealth check to see if anybody saw that, but you went and touched something else and like, "Rrr?" Then you touched the painting and it just like a piece of the paint got wet again and dripped down, like it made like a fat drip stain, on the painting. And you're like, what?
Did the 16 work?
Under stealth? Yeah. So
Yeah.
that you have like a green thumb for plants, but a black thumb for art. It's definitely like things that are crafted or art just immediately lose half of its value. So you kind of, you know what I mean? Like pull your hand back and you're like, and maybe you're thinking about this in your head as you see Halia in the middle of the street. Not Halia, Sister Gariel, Silith, and Cervantes discussing. You see him doing this with his hand, and they got a book open, and they're talking about a lich and stuff like that.
Yeah, I probably as Feilani was going through the market, she probably picked up the candelabra and then realized that she had this, horrible little thing now attached to her that this happens. So she probably like quickly, hastily put it back, and then in the process started knocking things over and accidentally touching a bunch of things, and stealthily was able to not, have it be noticed by anybody, and quickly runs over and kind of like just puts her hands behind her back and tries not to look very guilty and hop into the conversation.
Yeah, you hear them talking about this cult. They're referencing the symbols and stuff like that were in the tower, and your insight just starts remembering, kind of the circle, and you being like, yeah, I think, in your mind, there's like a demon that was like basically a summoned there.
Yeah, I'll mention that. Say that. Yeah, I tried to do a little bit of insight or investigation on this circle that was there, and the only thing that I could get from it was something bad came through that, something evil.
If you can draw the symbols down with you know what I mean, she'll give you this is going to be what's like an intelligence check with silent, you know what I mean, like
Okay.
maybe I can help you decipher what some of the symbols meant.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do it then.
Perception, yeah, whatever.
I can
23.
Never mind.
Gee. She, as you start writing this out, she slaps your hand out of the way, and she's like, "Stop!" She's just like, it is just like the loudest. She's like, you literally almost wrote down a spell to summon a Balgara. Like, that is an enormous demon. Is this what you saw up there?
This is exactly what I saw.
She's like, this did you see this creature?
No, we encountered a banshee and a shadow dragon and yeti and shadows, but nothing like this there. This
Whatever
was
it
there
was,
before we got there.
unleashed a scourge on the world. I don't know where it's headed, but
Well,
they
what we saw up there was more shadows. There was a
did you
shadow
just look
over.
up Valgora?
No. From what we saw at the top of the tower.
Yeah.
There's more shadows over Thornhold. There's shadows over, was it Crypt Garden?
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
So there's still shadows out there that we need to go
To make this, video gamey as I do always in my high fantasy way, like you opened up the map over Phandalin, right? But you know what I mean? Like there is like a peninsula if you were looking at the Forgotten Realms from Crypt Garden to the Mare of Dead Men and then heading straight north to Neverwinter. It's like an L shape of where Shadow is. And she's just like, I don't know where I would have headed. Maybe, I don't know. If only we had some sort of way to decipher where that thing is going. There are certain spells, but I don't have the powerful.
I was about to say something about the spell of augury, or scroll of augury, but I think we know about that.
Oh yeah. I mean, that's right. But Ignatius, yeah, you are involved in this conversation from your creeper. You're behind a bush. You know what I mean? You're just like, "Ew." Just Ignatius, like, you guys.
Wasn't right. That wasn't right.
You don't have to. You can be normal for once and just walk up and just be a normal player character that does normal.
You didn't give me the option of that. You jammed me in a bush with my beady little eyes sticking out.
Oh,
You're
like
being
you don't
you're
like
being
being in the
naughty
bush.
earlier, so that's what I wanted to do.
What the hell? Wow.
You be naughty, you get put in the bush.
So
I'm not
now it's
I'm not
canon.
touching
You're
it.
in the
I'm not
bushes.
touching that.
And do you want to come out? You'll be like, "Hey guys, what's up?"
I do like the Homer Simpson out of the bush.
Yeah. So yeah. You do hear this, Ignatius, fully well knowing that you do have something that could probably solve this.
I do?
I don't like to use the word hate that often, but I love you so much. Yeah, you did find, in the last session. Guys, you found a spell of augury?
Hold on a second.
When you
I
were
just-
rifling, when you
I
spent
just
a
said
whole
that.
arc being a murder hobo goblin in the last session, you found this spell.
A spell
The scroll
with
of
weird
augury.
math and
Yeah,
silvery blue stuff. It was a scroll of augury.
Which he handed to me.
Oh, you have
Yeah,
it.
because I can use it. Yeah.
Oh! Oh! Oh!
Oh. All right, now we're even. My attack missed. Yeah.
My gosh.
Yeah.
So like everybody's looking at me like I have something, and I'm like,
But I would say it's up to
just
you if you want to use this on that. But she is shocked at the level of power of what that spell is. Like someone summoned a demon, a chaotic evil creature, and she describes it's like this toothy, shaved red gorilla. Like they're awful. They're like the tanks of the abyss.
sure. But I don't think we should be surprised.
And why is that, Ignatius? She says to you.
There's a lot of bad people.
You
Go
said
on.
that.
Just that there's a lot of bad people.
Feilani, yes?
You said that this required a lot of power to summon. How many people do you know could possibly pull this off?
Oh, that was a good question.
That is a very good question. Well,
Someone give Feilani a
yeah,
check mark or something.
yeah,
Another
That's
check
right,
mark
that's-
in our
A gold,
box.
yeah.
a gold star.
Feilani gets that inspiration.
You can go in the bush.
Yay!
So ruined it. De-inspiration completely. So she's like, well, there's rumors. There's rumors of drow that are
Eeh.
making a resurgence. And there has been rumors from the north in Iron of a great battle that occurred just recently. Below into the undersea, we've heard rumors, and you know, above ground in the Great Iron Forge itself against fire giants, and some demons. A kraken. Some said there was a kraken underneath the earth. People felt the quakes, but something that did occur, and this is flowing into your 23, is there was a drow there that nobody knew, a female drow called Isabel. She declared herself this matron mother and ruler of some land that no one heard. She floated off on one of their tinsel discs or whatever at the end of the battle, heckling curses of chaos and things like that. In terms of evil power users that I can think of, it's this, could be this. Sorry, I'm getting my Forrest Whitaker eye again. Wake up, eyeball. All right. I just got plates in my head, so like every once in a while, like it's like this eye just starts going like monk. So Isabel is the only thing that I've heard of somebody that's this powerful, other than an Elminster, other than Mordenkainen, other than Illustrial, who would want to summon a demon, you know. But I know that Mordenkainen and Illustrial, they're in Silvery Moon. I know they're there. Tasha, you know, they're involved. These are very powerful folks that can do these things. There's another evil wizard out there called Gromf, who is a mage drow, but he's been north to Luskan. So I don't know who here would do this, but there is a traveling this sorceress, this matron mother that could very well have summoned this creature.
No, that's very good to know. We need to know what we're up against if our paths do lead that way.
She just looks and she's like, I can sense it on you all. And she looks at Silith. You're going to face this next calamity. Kara hasn't returned. She said she was going to return. She went to Thornhold. Maybe Lord Neverember has absconded her for one reason or the other, because he takes on this lord. He's this half general, half lord, half president of Neverwinter, and just, you know, hires folks and mercenaries and whatnot. We haven't heard much in this small hamlet of Fandolin. So but I don't think you guys are destined to stay here either. I think if you're describing these, she looks at Cervantes, if you're describing these shadows, and if you diminish the shadow here, maybe there's centers of gravity of the shadows. Maybe this Balgara is the next center of gravity.
I think Thornhold is calling our names. What is our name? I don't even know.
Oh, did you guys have an adventuring name? What do you guys
No.
call yourself?
Ignatius?
You guys are called Ignatius.
No, that's what I
No.
call myself.
As a group, Ignatius, as a group.
Here, Pedro comes out and he's like, every great adventuring party has a name. There's Stronghold. There's the Duchy of Skyreach. There's Noynek and the Revengers.
Aren't
They're
they
villains? They're villains.
Aren't they the villains?
Well, that's what that note says over there. But there's no way Noynek could be a villain. He's a hero. I've heard tales of Noynek forever.
He's the leader of that group. And there's nuclear meat.
And the nuclear meat.
Oh my god.
We're a bunch of clowns. So, it's hitting noon-ish. Halia goes, well, this was a lot. Silith, if you want to come speak to me later, you can. I'll be at the White Wheel, meeting up with Guy at the White Wheel, who I have a name, and it's in a book over here. I'm going to go meet up with that guy. But I'll go around real quick as, what would you like to do for the rest of the day before tomorrow? You get the sense that the town is bustling. Like folks have come into the, you know what I mean, into town since you guys have been there. But Fandolin seems to be, Fandolin. It's the Wyatt Earp town. Okay, correct. Well, whatever the hell that town's name was that just left my head at 9:30.
Tombstone.
Tombstone. Thank you. Yeah, it's bad things happen, then good things happen. So, but yeah, we'll say we'll go around. Who hasn't talked about Silent? What would you like to do for the kind of the rest of the day, or next? What would you like to do next? And if it bleeds into the rest of the day,
yeah, I think I was just patiently waiting to talk to Sister Gariel.
Okay. Yeah, that could be in the next hour or so. No worries. Yep.
Yeah.
So you don't waste much time. Let's see. We'll go to Cervantes.
The rest of the day, I'll probably just head back to the tavern. Maybe do some shopping for some turnips and just restocking.
Pedro goes with you. Yeah, Pedro goes with you, and starts. He's like, I can do the shopping with you if you just give me the gold, and I can make sure that we're stocked up for a voyage. Are we going anywhere?
We are. I don't know. Would you like to go to Thornhold? We're going to be going to Thornhold.
I'm going wherever you go, sir.
Fair enough. Then you've got Tabby. That's the other horse.
I'll get the other boop, 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 4 horses.
But I want to leave that up to you. I don't know what's coming, but Thornhold could be more dangerous than what we encountered up at the tower. But you've been instrumental in our success, so thank you for that. You're doing a great job. You're doing a great job, Pierre.
Can you teach me how to swing this thing?
Yes, and we'll spend the rest of the afternoon.
Okay,
doing
cool.
That.
You train him up, which is also training you. You know what I mean? So so you hone your skills, working with. So as you hone your skills, has anything changed becoming a paladin? Is there anything that you can do? See how I made that?
Very nice. It's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, so basically I can actually smite now. But that would come out in battle. So I'm not going to say anything about that cuz I'll probably just but I can heal. So if I nick Pierre Pedro, I'll touch him and do a lay on hands to heal him if I nick him at all.
Oh yeah, so that happens, and you're just like, whoa, and he's just like totally flabbergasted. You know what I mean? And he's just like, I chose the right calling. I was meant to be your squire. Someday, Sir Pierre.
Sir Pedro.
You know what I mean? Like,
It's like
yeah.
Sir Pedro. We're Spanish.
Oh, Sir Pedro. From, yeah.
We go by our second names. We're not French.
Oh, got it. And he's just like, no worries. Yeah. So you guys continue working that. You realize that you have smite, or you know what I mean? Like you realize you can do that, or you explain it to him / the other party. So we'll go down to Feilani. What would you like to do next? Is the taverns there?
Yeah, she is going to really actually like go and get her something to eat, and she wants to go over, you know, the conversation that she had with Xanath, right? Xanath? What is it?
Xanth.
Yeah, Xanath. With Xanth, and then go over the conversation that she just had, you know, what was summoned, and, you know, what she needs to do going forward to make it back to where she can keep her promise with Xanth to come back to her circle and take over and be the warden of that circle. So she's going to eat her dinner, and she's going to basically be in her head the rest of the night.
Okay. Yep. So you go to the tavern. You're trying to pay attention to, you're sitting off to your side, having a quiet meal, concentrating on what you need to do next. Any changes to Feilani's character?
She after the last time she had unfortunately perished, she is going to start trying to think strategically going into every battle now. She can't go in willy-nilly. She can't go in first and headstrong like she has been. She needs to think about what the steps of each battle, what she can take instead of, going in head first. She realizes that she has people behind her who will help her. Maybe not so much Ignatius if there's a bookshelf that needs to be rifled through, but yeah, she knows she has people behind her, and she needs to start relying on them more.
Okay. Okay. Yep. You continue to reflect on your new path of being a druid. I'd say like in the tavern, it's empty. There's two people there. There's a man and a woman. They're sitting across. They're also just like eating really fast, almost like this is some sort of pit stop. They're gonna rest their horses for the evening. You overhear just like a little bit before they begin, their drinking or whatever. Let's see. We'll go to. Do we go to Ignatius? Ignatius, and then we'll come back to Sal. What would you like to do?
I feel like I go around to each of my party members and let them know that, I have checked out the stock at Minex, and there is apparently some treasures that we may find useful, and I have an inn. I have an inn with them, so I could maybe get like a discount.
Isn't that
not a
place run by the
5-finger
Zentarum?
discount? What?
Isn't that place run by the Zentarum?
Well, like maybe like on a large scale, but on a small scale, they're a local business and they support local jobs.
What do you have to do
Jenny's
with the
working
Zentarum?
there. You love Jenny. Jenny works there.
Why does Jenny work there?
Because they're a local business supporting local people. Look, you don't have to buy there. I'm just saying they have a fair amount of stock in right now, and I have an inn that could maybe get you a discount.
Do they have good stuff? That's the question.
Do they have good stuff? They have good stuff.
I've heard stories about Minex.
Yeah, like
Like their logistics kind of suck, and they get their product from pretty bad vendors. Like they fall apart.
I promise, if you buy any equipment from them, it will be top of the line, very sturdy. It won't fall apart.
Have you seen the white wheel stuff? No, you haven't, because you've never been in there. It's pristine.
What's the white wheel?
Seriously.
You're joking, right?
Look, don't be so like, don't be so close-minded. I'm just, I didn't come over here to take shit again from one of you people. I just wanted to let you know there's some stuff in my next. You know what? Forget it. Eat your fucking turnips and sit on your thumb for all I care.
I'm going to slide a hand of turnip in his bag. 14.
Roll your perception check, Ignatius.
Oh boy.
It's under dump stat, is it?
No, it's not. I got a 22.
Oh, God damn it.
You just see him you see him go like this. Ooh, and
Yeah, I'm gonna like slap his hand. Ah! You got to be quicker than that. Stick to what you're good at.
I am.
With that being said, what are you good at now that you've leveled up?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
I'm good at killing things now.
Oh, okay.
I am now an assassin, not only in name but also in statistics. So I'm quicker. I get the jump on people. I have advantage on all my initiative checks now. So maybe that's how I noticed him
I
about to
totally
slip
missed the
something to me.
question. I'm so sorry.
Anyway, and my blades are even. Speaking of blades, no, I better not. Okay. Anyway,
He definitely just said that out loud.
if you'd like a discount, I can get you a discount.
A discount on what exactly?
I don't know. Go see what they have. See if you'd like something. See if something catches your eye. Maybe a new cloak or a ring or a pair of boots.
How about some
Well,
how
I
about
feel.
potions?
Go ahead.
Potions of healing.
Oh yeah, I can get you potions of healing, no problem.
Do you have to be there with us when we
No,
go?
you just have to mention my name, and I'm sure they'll treat you very well. At some point, we all have to start trusting each other.
I'm not saying that I don't trust you. I feel like it's one
I
of those
can see
things
that you don't
where-
trust me. I can see it in your eyes, Feilani.
Well, I'm sorry, as I was,
Do you know what?
dying.
One day, the world is going to be falling apart around you, and you're going to be dying for a fourth and maybe even fifth time. And you're going to need me.
Wait, if people not trusted you, I don't understand. You seem to be doing just fine.
Clearly, people don't trust me.
You're very shady, Ignatius. Very shady. And you drink that Jim Dalton's coffee.
I can't drink that other stuff. It's too bitter.
You don't like that Hunkin' Donuts?
No. Actually, truthfully, I do like Dunkin' Donuts, but
Well, if you say that we just need to go and mention your name,
I'm not. You don't have to buy anything, but if you'd like to, I'm just I'm making this all available for you because you're adjacent to being a friend.
Friend adjacent.
Hmm.
You guys are having this discussion out, you know what I mean, outside. Silas, you begin to walk towards Minex. And in the distance, down the road, you see a horse like galloping towards the town. And then like behind him, you see a couple other horses like just behind them, maybe in dots, uh, like just in the distance. But you kind of picture like everybody else is kind of steady, kind of chilling, but you see a horse galloping, probably maybe a half mile away, like moving out really fast towards you as you get ready to go into the White Wheel. You can enter the White Wheel or continue to investigate that. Boop, ding ding.
I will wait to see these horses that are coming.
Yeah. If you wait there kind of a moment, you hear like "Ka-ka, ka-ka, ka-ka," as this, gray dolman, like think of a hussar, with a scabbard on his side. He's got like this, black busby on his head, and it's, falling backwards. And the closer you see to him, the more like battle damaged he seems to get. The horse slows down as he like rears it back, and you hear him saying like steady. The horse seems to be running from something also at the same time, and he kind of steadies and he turns around. He draws his sword and like swings it in a circle to some horses like in the distance. He waves to them and just does this, and he looks down at you. His face is just chalked with dust. His lips look completely dried, and you can see he's got like a wound in, you know what I mean, like a very like superficial like poke stab wound in his chest. His arm, he favors it as he puts it back in, and he rides up to you slowly, and he's just like, what's the name of this town?
Fandolin?
Fandolin. Yes, Fandolin. We must have been driven east. And he, throws one leg over and hops down. As he holds like one side of his legs. He's got like tall horse boots, and he rubs like another wound on his side that looks like a bite wound. And he takes like this cloth that's around his waist underneath his hussar's dolman. He unclasps it and then uses it to tie off his leg. And he just sits there and he just holds like the top of his horse, and he's like, more are coming. We were scattered. And he points from Daggerford. He's like, my name's Corvin. I'm a sergeant of the Daggerford Hussars. We were dispatched to the north with a Waterdavian army to face back anything that was coming from the north, and we were just annihilated. And he just drops to one knee, and his exhaustion just starts falling over him. His horse, bends down and just kneads at his, his face, and he's like, courage, as he pets the the nose of the, the horse, and he stands back up, and he's just like, we're the advance guard of what's left of the disheveled retreat. Yes, Chippy, come back up. 1 second. Come here, main character. Hop up. Hello, everyone. He's too precious. I gotta let him up. Look at him.
Well, he's perfect on camera. It's just like, hello.
Yeah, he is. He's really good.
Chippy!
Water.
I'm gonna put my hand on his shoulder and cast cure on him.
And he's just like, our healers were annihilated as well. And he just like breaks down in tears. Yes, sir. Yes. Yes. He's like, Dad, you're getting your improv is. Are you okay? No, it's not me. It's Corvin the Hussard. I had to read on my lap. But he stands up and he's just like, no, save your heels. We have desperately wounded in wagons. And, he gets up on his horse. I'll be back. And he just rides off and just like this elan and bravery. He fixes his Busby. And, what on earth? What was that, buddy? Something. Earthquake in Texas? I don't know.
Don't say that.
Anyways, weird Texas sounds are happening. It's probably nothing. Yeah, he rides off. He fixes his Busby and just like you know what I mean. It takes off. Moments later, a couple more hussars arrive in the middle of town. They do a circle. Wounded in some cases where there are buttons in the lines of the hussar thing. There's buttons missing and things like that of a once proud uniform is tarnished. Where there must have been 100 hussars, maybe 10 or 15 are left as they dismount, hug each other, and things like that. You start overhearing the town starts coming up, and the next big thing is like occurring in the town. A wagon comes up, and there are wounded inside the wagon. There are various pikemen and things like that. You see from your time in the Waterdeep, you see the gendarme of Waterdeep, and you see Waterdeep Watch and things like that as well coming out, and they're all sitting on the sides of the roads, breathing, and you get the sense that they found a village, and they're instantly just like pointing at the stronghold to like, you know what I mean, like and there seems to be some sort of like a hussar with a big white plume in his Busby, excuse me, her Busby, and she's kind of pointing around, and she's got like this very clean looking saber and turning her horse around and things like that and kind of directing people. So that's Silas. It's the rest of your go. What would you like to do?
So we have a whole lot of wounded people in a cart.
Just imagine a scene of, you know what I mean? There's X amount of wounded. The way you look at it could be 30 to 50 people, just some walking. There's probably 10 horses that did their best to pull security for whatever this group of people were, and they're kind of like spinning around. You know what I mean? Like the hussars are dismounting. They're going straight to the fountain and watering their horses like straight from the town's fountain.
Would feel the urge to heal them.
Yeah. Okay. So you take the time to like get over, and yep. So you manage to set up. Lady Gariel, brings everybody into the church, clears the pews, and wounded just go straight into the temple, and you begin healing there. Cervantes, what would you like to do?
I'm gonna find that Corvin, or at least approach the whoever is in charge and get more information about what they encountered, what drove in this direction.
Must have been two. And he's sitting there with his horse drinking from the fountain, and his hat's off, and he's got like 2 days worth of growth on his face. You could tell he, and a big twisty mustache that's like the wax is all jacked up. Like he's been blasted by magic or something, and he's just like, we marched north as far as Leyland. The town, as we arrived, seemed to come back to life. Took out some of the first cohorts of the Waterdavian patrol. We must have only had 1,000. As we took the town and fought back these weird shadows.
You actually fought those shadows?
Yeah, we fought a lot of shadows. It appears that the worst part is your friends will rise within hours if you don't burn them. You have to burn your own friend. You know what I mean? And this other one, he's like, and he hugs this guy, and he's like, "Shock." You know what I mean? Like, it's not your fault. You know, and they're just going through it, and they're like, "You
I
have to
put my
burn
hand
your
on
own
his shoulder.
friend." You
I put
know,
my
and they
hand
just
on
kind
his
of
shoulders,
go.
like I know. We encountered the same in Leylon.
By the time our, infantry pushed north of the town, they met almost a legion of what, like, Neverwinter legionnaires, but they were like mindless automatons of rage, covered in these shadows themselves, and we were defeated. It appears that they may have stopped to gather themselves for some time, but I feel like they're going to quickly march on Thornhold within you know what I mean, like, you know I don't know, a few days, or Waterdeep itself. They seem to be traveling with the shadow.
Well,
They can only travel in the shadow. This legion, it was bizarre as we broke out of the clouds to head towards Phandalin. When the cloud dropped suddenly, we beelined it towards where the most sunlight was, and they couldn't follow.
welcome to Phandalin. We're on our way to Thornhold ourselves, so recoup and
If you could, please ride to Thornhold as quick as you can and take this message that this army is moving south. I
do
don't
you
know
think
what denizens they're going to throw at it,
do you
but
think
they
we'll
had
encounter
all.
them? Do you think we'll encounter that?
If you were to leave soon, you could get ahead of them. We were north of Thornhold, maybe a day or two when we met the Legion. We fought these shadows in Leylon, and then we moved forward to Neverwinter with the confidence of being able to defeat this, and that's where we ran into that Legion. Feilani, you're in the tavern as people are, this crew, they're standing in front of the door, and as you know what I mean, like, and they're like listening to what's going on. They're like, it looks like some weird patrol. You know what I mean? Come in. They look all wounded. They're like mumbling back and forth, but you definitely hear a commotion coming into town.
Um, can I go and get a closer look? I would like to go and get a closer look. Yeah.
Yeah. You walk up and they introduce themselves are like, "Hi, I'm Delvin. I've overhearing them yelling, like, I just came from Thornhold on orders from Never Ember. Uh, they're saying they keep mentioning something about an army from Neverwinter, and then they just let you through."
Um, y- that yeah, that I'll think that that's very strange and very off-putting. Can I can I see if anybody has possibly um passed away in like the last like minute or two, or are they all like still looking alive or just injured?
They look alive but injured, but there are a few people that have passed away. There's like one or two that have died. Yep.
Um, I would like to go check those people out
Okay.
and
Yep.
see.
Yeah. Do a check. Brilliant.
Da, da, da. Yeah, gonna be a 15.
Yep. So one of them is dead by a sword, and the other one has weird, you know what I mean, like wounds that look necrotic. Um,
Can I
and
tell if
as you
they
make an assessment, you get the very clear, you know what I mean, that within the next few hours, a shadow could rise from this.
can I tell if they've passed away in the past minute?
Um,
Will
sure.
my 15 tell me that?
Are you trying to cast a spell?
Yeah.
If you're trying to do something cool, then rule of cool this. Yep, the dude
Okay.
just
Okay.
dropped his wrist. Yeah.
I'm going to cast Revivify on the one that has necrotic
You have a Revivify?
wounds. I do.
So you take the spell, and Silith, you see Phelani come out, walk up, take a look at the, you know what I mean, like two bodies. You get the sense that the captain of the Hussars is about to come talk to, you know what I mean, you yourself, as you're healing all the rest of these folks, you're kind of moving, and she walks up and casts, a spell to bring someone back to life. And yep, this what color energy do you have? Is it, you know what I mean? Like, how do you describe or vivify on this individual?
My energy is, it's this bright neon green. It's got dark green and dark gold specks in
Yeah.
it. But yeah, that's
I like to use that because as we're ripping through encounters, I'll help you be like, yeah, your dark green, golden speck stuff, you know what I mean, happens. So you do this and you see the eyes like where they just turn black. It just it kindles, like it goes away, like whatever was going to take hold of this. But not only revivify does what? If it's within the minute, this person, you know what I mean? Like, and they just looked at you and they're like, like, please help the others, as there's like superficial wounds and things like that. But you can, we'll just montage if you want to continue aiding. You and Silith can, everybody lives. You know what I mean? I'm not going to put you through that. But like, you guys, if you're like, hey, I'm using my healing powers to heal. So Ignatius, you see this happen. You see this captain, dark-skinned woman, tall, thin, very good bone structure. Have you ever seen what a hussar looks like? Tight pants, tight dolman with like a winter jacket off to the side, still looking very, you know what I mean? There are stains of sort on her uniform, and she's got this, black, like almost like a bearskin busby with this white plume on it. The white plume has a red bit of like tint on the top, and she's this charger. No, she's on like a horse built for speed, is like moving towards Silent.
Not aggressively though.
No.
Did I see would I have seen Phelani bring that person back from the dead with Revivify?
Would I see Phelani bring someone back to dead? Yeah. Yep. Sure. If you want to. Unless someone overly says, I want to roll a, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, because there was a commotion. Yep.
I think I'm very impressed by that. That's like that's real chutzpah when it comes to like the power of the magics. I don't approach the hussars. I overhear our dear knight telling them like, well, we're going to Thorn, is it Thornhold or Thornkeep? Thornhold. I'm just taking it all in.
Okay, no worries. And rides up
because I don't think I'm going to approach any of them.
Okay.
But I'm staying near enough that I can hear conversations like between my allies and these guys, and I maybe even give Phelani a bit of a thumbs up if I see her like bring someone back.
Okay. So you Silith, Ignatius, pauses, and this woman gets down and pulls off this glove to shake your hand, and she's like Capitan Daz Lepik, at your service. Thank you for what you've done to my noble hussars. They fought well, and they fought a valiant retreat to get here. We fought in this dark, damned blizzard that's to the north of here. And she just kind of looks down. She staves off defeat and with the elan of a hussard, you know what I mean? Like takes off her busby, puts her hair in a top knot real tight, and then puts the busby back on, and then you know what I mean? Like puffs her chest out, and then holds onto her scabbard, and tries to maintain a martial bearing.
We too have been assaulted by the snows, the cold, and the shadows in our travels here. It is horrific when it takes your friends and you have to battle them too.
She looks, and once again she looks down, but then you know what I mean, like shakes it off. Well, there are others, and there is Faerun we must protect now. Daggerford itself is an open gate. I know there's only one keep between the Mayor of Dead Men and Waterdeep, and that's Thornhold. Some of the reports from some of the scouts have mentioned some great beast that rode ahead of this army straight into the swamp. There are caravans and wounded moving to the south that are going to get picked to pieces. We'll spend as much time as we can, and you watch like one of the horses just fall over with exhaustion. So like I know you guys have spells, but the overarching thing that I'm passing is these dudes have fought like Fury tank style. They're just like, and you see some of the hussars just like, falling over asleep. They've been riding and riding to get these wounded here for like, you know what I mean? Like days. I don't know how fast that legion's gonna move. It had some, but they marched with discipline, and they were marching south. And I think they had one purpose, is to spread this shadow.
Well, we're here to fight the shadow, so hopefully we can help.
Yeah. And she carries on. She's like, if I can. And she just, she holds the hand of like, one of her fallen comrades. They hug and they're like, well, I think we've done our job for the moment. You've healed these folks. We'll check on them in the chapel, but she's like, Hussards! And she points at the tavern. And then they just like walk in, and they tie up what horses they have, and some tend to them. She handles off some orders, and she's like, we need something to dampen the wounds, and she goes in, and they pass you Phaelani, and a couple of them take the body of the one guy that passed away, and they bring it to the chapel to begin, you know what I mean, like once again preparing a burial in town. But that occurred. You could see those two people that you met at the tavern. They were kind of spinning around and gossiping, Phaelani, and you hear them, having discussions with Daz as they go into the tavern itself. But before the evening falls, we'll go around. Silith, what would you like to do? I would say all the wounds are tended to. Everybody's in the church. Townsfolk are doing looky-loo townsfolk stuff and helping out, and you've done what you can.
If there's a chance to talk to Sister Gariel, I would, but if it's a lot of healing.
Yeah. She'll bring you in to the White Wheel. She brings you back to that table that you were with Brody, right? And she expresses her gratitude for you as well. And she just basically bestows on you. She's like, you've done fantastic. You've told me everything you can, and the Harpers would like to welcome you as a watcher of the Harpers. I've got business here. Watcher, she calls you, like, just so Watcher Silith. If you could get to Thornhold. I don't know what Neverember is up to. She looks at you like square in the eyes. He's always on the edge of the gray area. Go to Thornhold, get ahead of this mess, figure out what it is. But if I heard what I heard, it looks like this beast is ahead of this. There will be these shadows. You're armed for it. She's like, you guys are welcome to our stores. We don't have much anymore. as Minex has somehow gotten ahead of a lot of our equipment. We have basic traveler's gear. So basically everything in the old player's handbook that's, you know what I mean, at cost is all we have.
Right.
But Minex, I can say that the agents of darkness are beginning to have more information than the agents of light. If you could help me, Watcher, I would appreciate it.
Absolutely.
And Timora, yeah, she's like, in Timora, be with you.
Excellent. Yeah. I mean, as I'm traveling with my companions, I will try to just find some heavier armor to best protect them.
Well,
But
taking the armor from Minex and putting it back in your hands with Ignatius's discounts are for the greater. You know that.
yep.
But
All right.
if you don't purchase it, then one of their ilk will.
That's fair. Okay.
To be fair.
Well, hopefully we can figure out what's going on.
Well, have a good evening. I will stay with them tonight. You are champions of Phandalin. And I would expect you to be gone tomorrow morning.
Yes.
She's like, I'll prepare anything you need. And she reaches in, she's like, she hands you a potion, and it's got silver on it. She's like, this is a greater health potion. This is the best in stock that we have. Use it wisely. All of the rest of the health potions are either in Minex or honestly, we need to use for these guys.
That's fair.
Minex will sell it to them. So the rest of the health potions we're going to pass to these Hussars to get them south.
This will definitely help me and my companions.
And the good news is we have soldiers to defend the stronghold in case they come back. So now I'm giving you the guys. Don't worry, Phandalin's okay. Yeah, you guys did it. It's permanently cleared. This white, you know what I mean. This part of the map. Open. So yeah, so I'll go around the room, Sir Cervantes. What would you like to do? And this is yeah.
Sorry, I'm.
Oh, I'll come back to you.
Yeah.
I'll come back to you. I'll tell you when you're on deck. I'll go. So Silas, did you want to go to Minex?
Yeah, I would go there.
Okay, you link up with Ignatius. Ignatius, what would you like to do?
I bring my friends to the store to go on a shopping spree.
Hey, Lana, you want to go too? Okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
absolutely.
So where there was a dilapidated spot, like you walk in and the opposite of the White Wheel, where they used to have like the Continental, where like open up the thing and there was all sorts of weapons. For one reason or another, you know what I mean? Like that's gone. But Minex is booming. There's this wall of swords and stuff. There are +1 weapons of about just anything you can think of, right? There's armor, no +1 armor, but yeah, Haley, you know what I mean? Like, what? Watch this. And Ginny's like, I'm a good saleswoman. She's like, what are you looking for? Are you looking for magic scrolls or something to drink to make you super tall? Are you looking for? And she points like this. She's like, studded leather armor to plate mail for your paladin. Are you looking for weapons that are super shiny and sheen? Or a nice outfit that'll make you look clean? I don't know, I just made it up.
That was pretty good.
Thanks.
Yeah, I'm impressed.
So you can go through the player's handbook. I'll say if you want to, just off site, she begins to go through. We've got mugs that can keep filling food. We've got this maul here is super deadly. It's called a vicious maul. We've got boots that'll make you go super fast. and she just kind of goes through basic stuff. But mainly, we do have armors. We have different sizes of them too. And for the right coin, we could get them sized real quick.
Yeah, I think a nice set of split mail would be nice.
They don't have magic armor though. Is that what you said?
That's correct.
I feel let down.
Well,
Can I
What are you
find the
looking for?
shiniest thing in the store?
Haley is just like, well, what are you looking for? What do you? Feilani wants the shiniest thing.
I want the most expensive looking thing in the store.
The most expensive
I
looking
need to like
thing.
pin it out, point it out.
The most expensive thing.
Cow. Oh.
So there is like a boot rack, and you see like a pair of like elven like boots that are off to the side. There are various rings that are there. They point like, well, these are boots of elven kind. That'll almost cost you close to 1,500 gold pieces. We have a ring of protection for nearly 500 gold pieces, and we have a cloak of protection for another 500 gold pieces. As they look, these are and they look at Ignatius. These are as discounted as we can get for your clerics, and for split mail yourself, that'll be 750 gold pieces. And we can put that together pretty fast with split mail.
Clearly good pricing. Clearly.
Very good pricing.
Now, do I have access to these items, or is it on a shelf like behind like a counter or something?
There are,
Where this is going.
yeah, there are two dudes in there. that
Smash and
look
dash.
like- yeah, there are definitely, you know what I mean? There are bouncers there that are keeping a very keen eye on things. This is not, you know what I mean? Like, I would say if you look up the stats of an assassin, there are two of them in the place. And Halia has rings and hats and cloaks and things like that on her that looks like, she's been in a few scraps herself. But as you start looking around, she's like, "What can I help you with?" As she gets like real close, Feilani. As her, those boots, aren't they? For a druid? Oh, fantastic.
I was looking at those. They look like my size. I was
They
hoping
do?
to get a closer look.
They do. Yeah, they do. And as a matter of fact, because they're attunable, they will fit you as soon as you put them on. So it's not necessary to even try them. As she looks at you.
Well, I mean, I just wanted to look at the detail. I feel like they would clash with my outfit. I wanted to look at the finer detail. I won't touch, I promise.
Jenny's like, "I'll take you." And she walks you up to him.
I would actually like to look at the detail of the boots. If they look,
Oh, okay. Yeah, go ahead and make an Arcana check.
Okay.
Or in this case, because you're Elven, yeah, you can make your survival check at advantage.
I'll do an Arcana check.
Yeah.
That is a 21.
Yeah, easy. These are boots of Elvenkind. Like you know what I mean? Like you've seen when you were little, you've seen like elders and things like that wearing like boots like this, and you're like, those are legit.
I'll look back at her and I will say, these are a mighty nice pair of boots of elven kind that you have here. Where did
She looks
you
at
acquire
Ignatius.
these?
She's like, boots of elven kind for you, Ignatius. 750.
Oh, they're not for me.
She just looks back at Feilani and she's like,
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. This is my best friend in the whole world, Feilani. She would die for me 3 times.
so I've heard, valuable agents of Minex, hence the amazing discount.
Cervantes the thrice blessed, Feilani the thrice deathed.
We have plate mail for you. It would take some time to be built, but for 1,500 gold pieces, we could size you out, or you could go 750 for the split mail, like our friend. And there's 2 sets of split mail sitting there.
I like my breastplate just the way it is. Thank you very much.
Fantastic. All right. So that's what? Boop, boop, boop. 1,500 right now for Elvenkind and split mail. You see potions of, you see like 10 health potions. In a row.
Like just regular healing potions?
Yep, healing potions. There are more.
Like
There's-
the 2D
there's
the 2D4 kind, or are they the
Yep, and you see 2 graders there as well. They're like in a Red Bull, you know what I mean, freezer. Because there's magic here. Yeah, there's
how much do they want for the greater ones?
Grader? Oh. Graders are gonna be 500 gold pieces.
Each?
Yep. 100 for the health potion. They're rare around here.
Okay.
I've not been keeping up with my cash, so I have no idea.
And did you say you have boots that make you run real fast?
Oh. Yeah, he's like, boots of striding? Yes. Those are 2,000.
$2,000?
Let me bring it up. Sorry. Please hold. Your call is important to us.
That's a Pete line.
Well, hold on a second. So boots of split mail 750.
750 for boots of striding. I apologize.
750 for the boots of striding? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so 750 for splint, 750 for boots. That's 1,500. And then 5 potions of healing would bring it to an even 2,000. And then the 2 greater potions of healing would bring us to 3,000. And then the boots of striding is another 750. So 3,750.
Yep.
I will pay that.
Hands it over. You have boots of Elvenkind. You have was it the split mail? Silith?
Yes.
Yep.
What I would say, I will retroactively allow Brody to get some if you want to work with him on the other side, so that because he missed
Yeah.
tonight for power, do you want to save some of that for him?
I did save. I still have 1,250 gold left.
Yep. And I will pass you, you know what I mean, like prices basically for magic items, you know what I mean? Like we're gonna use the Sword Coast's adventuring guide for prices.
Okay.
If you come up with something. But those are the things on the shelf. Did you get the boots of striding?
Yeah, I'm going to take the boots of striding.
Those things are super fast. Yeah. Okay.
Are they striding and leaping or just striding?
Yep. Oh, and don't forget, yeah, the boots striding and leaping. Yes, sir. And then there's the cloak and the ring.
Yeah, I don't know that we can afford that, but
How much are they?
I think it was 500 each. Yeah, 500 each. Yeah, ring of protection's 500, and so is cloak of protection.
Like we can certainly get them, and so it's a ring of protection and a cloak of resistance, or is it cloak of protection too?
Cloak of protection. Yep.
And they're each 500.
Yes.
Like we could get those for Brody if you want.
Or one for Brody and one for Cervantes.
Okay.
What's the cloak?
Cloak of protection.
Oh,
Oh yeah, Cervantes doesn't have anything here yet. So like, do you want the cloak?
sure.
Okay, so let's do that. So that leaves me with 250 gold left, and then so Cervantes has a cloak of protection, and then we save the ring of protection for Brody.
Yep.
Does that sound? Does everyone think that's fair?
Yep.
Okay,
Sounds
cool.
good.
And if when we go into the next session and he's like, like thinks of something, we can always bargain a little bit. And if you
Okay.
guys go into the next session, you're like, actually, I was looking for whatever, we can haggle on the side. But
This
what we
cloak. This cloak is mustard yellow.
nice.
I was
Why?
gonna say turnip. I was gonna say the color of a turnip.
Nope, mustard yellow.
It's the evening. You guys get your gear. They patch things up. You guys want to shut it down and wake back up and carry on your journey, or okay, yep. So what we'll say is yeah. Do you guys? Is there anything else you want to accomplish in town? Any more people you want to question or anything like that? Nope. Yep, you guys gather your gear. You guys move out. One of the hussars, we'll say Daz, stays with you to go to use you guys to take you as far as she wants to travel with you guys as far as you can before Thornhold. She wants to keep going to Waterdeep to inform Waterdeep. So she wants to just stay with you to be able to warn Waterdeep. They travel. I was gonna have a little bit more mappy stuff, but I think it's been a long day for everybody. Both, you know what I mean? Like there's a lot of things going on in the world, and I'll give you guys your time back for this evening. So you guys have gone through Phandalin, and you guys are gonna move towards Thornhold. What I'll say is, you get out onto the Tribord Trail. You hang a west. You move out as far as you can. She is your guide as she moves you guys out on your horses as well. And you see like the edge of shadows. And as you go to Leyland, which is clear and empty, just everybody's been buried. The town's a complete ghost town. She moves you south towards the Mare of Dead Men. And where we'll start the next session is you guys moving into the Mare of Dead Men. And Cervantes, you not being there in the next session, I will ghost you to a point where Cervantes knows kind of what what to see as well, and we'll see something, and you'll kind of go off and do your arc there. So I'll drive the turnip truck as best as I can, but yeah, thanks for sticking it out. We know today was pretty drama filled, and avoiding social media as much as you can. I hope you guys found some refuge for a few hours to play some RP and definitely catch up on some of the RP that we forgot and kind of get us on track. So just for your guys' notes, you're headed to Thornhold. Cara Dune was there. You guys think Lord Neverember is there. You're getting signs that this beast is ahead of you guys and moving through the swamp, maybe towards Thornhold. You guys have seen visions that there are clouds bellowing over Thornhold, like it's potentially an epicenter to where these shadows are. So that's where we'll pick up next time. We'll try to right into the. We'll see who's still out there in the universe while who's still up.
We got Blackwater. We got Game Master
Oh,
Eric.
Villain's up, so we'll
Villain.
raid
Yeah,
into
yeah,
Cobra. Yeah, we gotta. She's definitely one of our game members on the Gazumba side. So definitely
Absolutely.
one of our. Yeah. So thanks everybody for sticking it out with us while we still got 13 folks here. Appreciate a good RP session, a good safe. What?
Unable to raid her at this time. Interesting.
Let's see. She's showing live for me.
Yeah, I don't think she's
she might
accepting
have disa-
raids.
She's might have disabled raids. Yep.
Oh, weird.
Or the update disabled raids for her,
Oh,
just
Yeah.
like it disabled our
Possible,
chat.
Is Rogue Chick? Isn't Rogue Chick is Rogue Chick
She
one of the
is.
nuclear,
Yep.
nuclear meats?
Yep,
We'll go
she
to
is.
Rogue Chick then.
all right.
Yeah, we'll
let's
keep
see
it
if
in
that
Playing
works.
some
We'll
PG3.
keep it in the fan bam.
There we go. Okay.
Bye guys.
Cool.
We'll see you tomorrow night with Troll Lord Games giveaways in Castles and Crusades with our Castle Keeper Jeremy, and I promise I took notes.
We'll see you guys. Bye.
That's so ashamed.